That's what she said.
Good evening. It's Sunday. Happy New Year's. For those of you who are in the future on the other side of the world, happy 2024 to you already. I just want to hang out tonight. I just want to hang out with some cool people and talk dollies and shelfies and whatever. And Skidmark's had too much to drink already because he's a lightweight. And that's all I want to do. I just want to hang out with some rad people. Hella Dope's not streaming tonight, so I'm carrying TGIS all by myself. Ryan didn't stream on Wednesday. I carried Wednesday by myself, and that's cool. You know, I got strong shoulders, so I just want to hang out with all of you freaking awesome people. And I have to say that Chris from Cutthroat Comics was first. That was like 2 hours ago, but he was still first. So way to go, Chris. And Chris also sends a $5 super chat. Thanks, buddy. Thanks very much. And says, Happy New Year to Chad and your family. I can't believe 2023 is ending soon. Big and better things for It's Chad in 2024. Well, I appreciate the super chat, Chris. Thank you very much, my friend. I'm always thankful for your support and for everybody else. And I don't mean like super chat support. I just mean hanging out. I know a lot of people care about things like, oh, my analytics and, oh, I only get so many viewers. And I honestly don't care. I don't care if it's 250 or if it's 20. I just like hanging out with people, talking toys. And I don't necessarily need people to agree with everything I say. In fact, I welcome people that don't have the same opinions as me because I think it keeps things fun and it keeps things genuine. And I really enjoy genuine people. So, speaking of bigger and better things for 2024, I appreciate the sentiment about bigger and better things for me for 2024. But I kind of want to know what's everybody in the chat looking forward to for 2024? Like, what do you guys want to see? I mean, it could be ridiculous. It could be this is a grail I want to pick up, or this is a line that I'm waiting for, you know, whatever. I do have a buddy joining me, and no, it's not the ma'am. The ma'am had to work, but he's just as cuddly as the ma'am. What's up, dude?
Hey,
did I not put names on? I didn't. Hey, how are you?
What's up? Good.
Are you lagging?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I had just asked everybody in the chat. I'm sure you heard it while I was asking backstage what people are looking forward to for 2024. And David Roberts says, Chad, I know this is a black tie event, but is Uzi and Commando charge satchel optional? Yes, always. Version 1 Snake Eyes.
I must have missed the memo. I didn't.
No? This guy missed the memo. Look at this dude. This guy's done. He's just done. Jim Largo says, I'm here to provide emotional support. Did you ever know you're the wind beneath my wings? Thanks. Aaron Nichols is looking forward to the RoboSkull Mark II. Aaron, did you see the email that the figures are starting to arrive? I got that notification from Kickstarter. Michael, did you back it?
I did not. It came at a bad time.
You're
I'm sure I'll get. I'm sure once people start getting them in hand, it's going to be crap.
I don't know. Did you back that HasLab Hiss?
I did.
Of course you did. Did you gush all over it?
It's all right. I mean, I've got some issues with it. It's not perfect.
Last night, Bobby was like saying a lot of high praise about it, and I was like, okay, that's, because he's an honest dude.
Yep.
But he said a lot of really, really positive things about it. And I was just kind of listening to them in the background, but I was like, all right, cool. Sounds good. Life Rants Antonio. That's an awesome screen name. Says finishing Marvel Legends once and for all. How can you ever finish Marvel Legends? Don't they put out like a ton of figures a year?
You can't. That's why I sold all mine.
Yeah, I could see that. Brian Stevenson wants a HasLab classified Killer Whale.
I think it would be huge.
Yeah, that would almost be the size of a flag.
Probably pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah. But I did say, if you want something fantastical, that's cool. Oh, look at this. George Aiken says hi to you.
George
got a lot of high praise on my top 10 pickups of 2023 video. That's for sure. So did you. So did Master Versal Toy Hunter, Matt LaCroix, Chris from Grindhouse. Like, I just tried to be, appreciative. Fat Red Foo, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Cutthroat Comics says in 2024, I want to pick up the Terrordrome. Those have gone up in price, big time. Me and my financial understanding of toys and dollies and all that stuff. Somebody was talking to me. It was Michael from Toy Connections. Not Toy Connections, Toy Habits. We were talking about Terrordromes.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, in my mind, they're still $300. And he's like, no, they're like $750. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. Because I know what I purchased something for, and in my mind, it just kind of stays there. So,
yep.
What time zone are you in, my good friend?
Eastern.
Yeah. So it's 7:08 where you are, and I am in Mountain Standard Time, so it is 5:00 where I'm at. Skyfall said in 2024, I would like to see the Wolverine tank bridge. Oh yeah, have you seen that thing?
That looks awesome. Yeah, that's
fantastic. Yeah, that's a really good. It's a really good want. Wesley also hopes to get his RoboSkull Mark II. I agree. Suka, I say we do a live stream roundtable during the weekend of DFW. I am down. Where are you going?
I don't know yet. We're still kind of discussing kind of what we want to do for 2024 at this point.
This? You see this?
See, Joe Fest I can drive. I think Dallas might be too far of a drive for me.
Dude, you and Drew are exactly the same. Like, whoa, but that's too far. Like, so many of us that come from the West to Joe Fest every year, and it's like, but I can't go to Dallas. It's too far. It's like, try going from New Mexico to Augusta.
Well, my wife's always wanted to go to Dallas, so that might be on the table. So
I'm gonna have a talk with your wife. Yeah, that sounded weird. I'm not gonna have a talk with your wife. Georgia, but Suka, yes. Before I move on, I'm sorry. I'm absolutely down. In fact, the DFW guys gave me some shout out, and then somebody said that I should do a panel or something, and I was like, that's not up to me. And then the DFW guys replied, and I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do a panel about, like Joe
classified.
Should I do that?
Yeah.
I almost, and this is for everyone here watching. I know the chat's cruising along, and I'll catch up to it. But that's what we do here, right? I almost made a video of my top 10 classified figures. You know what it was going to be? A black screen and elevator music for 5 minutes, and I almost did it. I was like this close to doing it, and then I was like, nah, people might get butthurt. You know, some people they'd find the humor in it and they'd laugh, but so many people would be like, "You're a hater and you're toxic and you're blah blah blah." And I don't give a shit because
Yeah.
you know, like we sit around talking about toys, man. Like if you can't have fun with it, it's like the Chevy versus Ford people. Like they get all like, "Whoa, no, I got a Ford and I got a Chevy 350 crate motor." George says, "Getting my HasLab Ghost and hoping Hasbro don't go bankrupt before I get it." Did you see that article about what the final sale price of E1 of Entertainment One was to
I
Paramount?
think I saw the headline. I don't know. I didn't click too much into it. But
$380 million,
what did they buy it for again?
almost $4 billion.
Yeah. Someone got a deal, and it wasn't Hasbro.
That's bad business. Let's see. Cruising through. Jay Woods for 2024. Vanguard. Enough said.
I'm
That's an
looking forward to
impressive
my
vehicle.
2. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Looking forward to getting my 2, maybe 3.
2 or 3. Nice. I didn't order one.
Well, they haven't been up.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna order one.
Yeah.
I have all the faith and love in Valaverse and what Bobby's doing, and not just because it's Bobby Vala, right? But because it's something new, it's something different. And I say that all the time. But I'm not a collector of that scale. I do support the line because it is new and it's different and it's fresh. I will onesie twosie get some, but what do I need a vehicle that big for?
You could get some 3D print some booster seats for your 3 3/4 inch.
Booster
Put them in
seats. I'll put some rear-facing freaking car seats in there.
Yeah.
Go. No, I'm not going to do that. Krusty Old Crow, what's up, dude? Have you ever seen his YouTube channel?
I don't think I have.
It's
but
fun.
I will put it on my list of things I need to check out.
It's fun. I like it. Just here to smash a like button before the year changes. Happy New Year, Chad. Happy New Year to you, and again to everybody else who has graced me with your presence on this evening, especially you, Michael.
Yep.
I
just got home. I was hanging out with my siblings today, and we just got home. So
that's cool, man. How was that?
Good. I don't get to see them all the time. So one of them was in North Carolina. The other one's works for the hospital. So his hours are crazy. So
yeah. I don't really discuss my siblings very often, but I have an older brother. He actually lives in Dallas. He's some big to-do systems engineer. He runs all the automation stuff at the airport that says like, this is where your gate is and tells your luggage where to go. And like, yeah, he's some massive computer engineer dude. He's a veteran also. And then my sister is back east. David Roberts says, Joe Fest 2024, and I'd like to clean and spit shine my Terrordrome to pass muster. Here's a trick of the trade. Goo Gone. Not on the areas where there's stickers, but like that black base, just put a little Goo Gone on like a rag and clean it. Oh, it will shine forever. Shine forever, and it won't collect dust. Promise you. James Lucas says, looking forward to getting my first 3 Strike Force Alpha figures. Delta 17 looks amazing too. Yeah, agreed.
They're a lot of fun. Strike Force Alpha.
Yeah, I have 2 of them. I promised Matt that I would open them and do a little video on them. I'm a little behind, but I'll get there. But what I'm not going to do is open them, display them, put them back in, and then do a video because that's a shitbag move, and I won't do that. But Happy Accidents here. What's up? Says yo. Happy New Year, Chad and company. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Bear 11 Charlie, my mortar brother from a Fort Benning mother, says, I'm looking forward to all the Arctic troops that I ordered. We're talking Valivers?
I think so. Yep.
Those look good, man.
Yeah, I ordered like 7 to start.
What's the majority of stuff behind you there? Valivers classified? I see your Serpentor.
Yep. So these.
Oh,
three,
yeah, I see your Swarm.
Yep. These 3 are Valverse, and then the next 2 are classified.
All that shit's 112 Cal?
Yeah, my 118 silver there. We can't have them on the same wall.
No, I couldn't even have them in the same room, dude. That's what, all my 112 stuff is in my game room, and then just like tchotchke knickknacks and stuff. A lot of caliber 50 spent rounds. I got a ton of weird stuff. Mo, what's up? Mo says, I am looking forward to more 118 Joes. Yeah, that's coming. They Super 7 announced I guess it would be 118 scale, because scale is relative, based on whatever your linchpin or keystone or whatever your main figure is in the line. So like with Star Wars, Luke Skywalker had to be 3 3/4 inches, which became 118 scale, but like Vader's taller, Chewie's taller, R2 smaller, etc., etc. Super 7 just announced that they're going to do an O-ring Fatal Fluffy, and I knew they were going to do it. Not like I was told they were going to do it, but it's Super 7. Of course they're going to do it.
Seems like an odd choice to start with, but
they're known for doing the deep cut stuff, man. Like that's just what they're going to do. Big bacon. Patrick, what's up, dude? Says 2024 is 1 year closer to the sweet release of death. Patrick, full disclosure, because I'm one of those guys. I almost sent you an invite to come hang out with us. If you'd like to, put it in the chat, and maybe I'll shoot you one, dude. Cutthroat in 2024. I want to. Yeah, you already said that.
You really want it.
Yeah,
he really wants it.
He's like, I want it. I'm telling you, get 2, get a complete one, and then get a beater one, and then get some monitor stands, and then you can make a double decker that swivels. Denna Geek, what's up, brother? Says that's like asking for a HasLab classified scale flag. I guess referring to the whale.
Yeah, I think so.
They're going to re-release a 118 scale whale anyway. Life Rance Antonio, Chad, looking forward to meeting you in Dallas. As am I, my dude. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody all the time. This guy and I, we hung out in real life.
Yep. Yeah. Chad was everywhere. You think you lose him, and then bam, he's right around the corner. Then he just walked the other way.
If you're taking a photo with somebody, next thing you know, like, yeah, here I come. It's fun, man. I like to have fun and hang out with people in real life because it's enjoyable. I want a 118 scale Arctic Whale and Night Raven reissue. Yeah, so the Night Raven reissue was part of that whole leak thing with the whale. I don't know if it's going to be the Battle Corps Ranger Sea Wolf version, which is technically the Arctic Whale. I just was told that they're going to reissue the whale. I've always been on record as saying, if you were going to do a HasLab, why didn't you do the Battle Corps Sea Ranger? Or instead of doing an F-14, which has been out of the U.S. Navy's inventory for decades, do something else, like do an F-35. I mean, the Sky Striker's iconic. It's like, dude, move on.
I'll always say, if Hasbro was smart, they would put out that 95 line that was pretty much done.
Yeah, Battle Corps Rangers.
Yep,
absolutely. I mean, they took the mold for the tank that was going to be Steeler version 2 or something.
I think so.
For that stealth tank, and they just made it the frickin' the Iron Panther tank for Sergeant Savage. Yep. That's something they should have done. I completely agree with you. G-Force Racing is here and says, "Hey, Chad and Embargo, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year."
TJC is looking for a ground fault interrupter. Right, the little GFI plates that you have. Terry, what are you talking about, dude?
Maybe he's remodeling a bathroom.
He's like trying to type as he's like, I don't know what he's doing. George Aiken says it's 10 past midnight here. Everybody say Happy New Year to George Aiken. And technically TJC as well. So Happy New Year to all you guys. Just Jeff. I got a chance to hang out with Just Jeff in person twice, and we went toy shopping both times. And the last time Just Jeff and I were together, uh, I picked up this little sucker. You guys want to talk some shit on GoBots? Go ahead. That's fine. But I got this GoBot. And the first time he and I hung out, I got Mask issue #1 from DC
I
Comics.
saw that. That's pretty sweet.
That was pretty freaking rad. So Happy New Year, Just Jeff. Good to see you, buddy. And I know he's going to be back in my neck of the woods here in a couple of days. Aaron Nichols says Art of G.I. Joe will hopefully be here this week. I know others have gotten theirs. Yeah, I had a hell of a time getting the tracking for mine. And I understand like things fall through the cracks and stuff like that. And just because I know him personally and we're friends, I don't want to be that guy that was like, hey, dude, where's my tracking? So I just waited and I waited and I waited. And I'm in a Operation Recall group chat with, Carson and a couple other dudes. And I didn't want to, and I didn't want to. And a bunch of the guys were like, oh, I got my omnibus. And finally I was like, I never even received tracking, with a happy face. Next thing you know, I get an email from Carson. Here's your tracking number. I was like, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. But yeah, so it says mine will be here Tuesday. Beta Ray Bob, good to see you again. He and I were hanging out on Will's stream earlier, and says, looking forward to all the independent lines coming out. Agreed. Yep. Agreed. And I mean, technically, Valaverse falls under independent, right? It's independently owned and operated. That's an indie line. Indie doesn't mean lower success. It just means like the people who run the show are the people who own the company. So
yeah,
absolutely, man. So many good lines coming out. I have no idea why I look so blue. I keep looking at the screen and I'm like, I mean, like my light is good to go. Maybe it's the shirt.
Yeah, maybe it's bouncing off your shirt.
Off your shirt, stand there in your shoes. I don't.
It's my shirt.
Is that better?
I think so. Yeah.
Man. Like, one thing I'm going to do for 2024. I'm going to redo my whole setup. I'm redoing everything. Yeah, I don't mean like these walls because I'm not insane, but I'm going to, like, as far as like my streaming setup, I'm going to turn it all around. I'm gonna freshen it up a little. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Life France Antonio says you got to come to Dallas. I think he's talking to you. Yeah. I know Just Jeff will be there, a bunch of other people. Chad, do a panel on costuming. I don't really know if I'm the guy to do something like that. I mean, I am a member of the G.I. Joe Finest Costume Club, but I mean, I'm just a member. I'm not, I don't know. I mean, I like costuming and I have some tricks, but like the people who should really do panels on costuming would be like Johnny and Newt from Simple Tricks and Nonsense, or people like that who they like construct and mold and vacuum form and do all that. Like they're masters of costuming, and I'm just some dude wearing a friggin' Cobra officer helmet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Whatever. Jenna Geek says, Chad, you need to take Hans to DFW. We need more eating with Hans stories. Man, that dude can eat. Yeah, the pancakes I watched him eat at Waffle House with Zazel and Adam Riches and his girlfriend and Kelly Slaughter. And he just had this pile of shit that he was eating, and he kept telling her, like, no, give me more of those peanut butter chips. And the waitress is looking at him like, dude, you're weird. It was disgusting, but awesome at the same time. George Aiken says, Chad panel, how I love G.I. Joe and learn to love Palitoy Action Force.
I mean, once you learn about Palitoy Action Force, I don't know how you can't love it.
Here's the thing about Action Force. All it takes, one figure. Oh, there he goes.
Speaking of, the Dragon Reborn sent me this guy.
Dude, that's rad.
I know.
That's an original?
Yep.
That's awesome. All it takes is one figure. And it doesn't matter if it's one of the original Palitoy 5 POA or if it's, one of the like the repurposed Joes. It just takes one.
Yep.
Or you meet that one person that never knew that in the UK when it was called Action Force and not G.I. Joe, and Snake Eyes was Stalker, and Stalker was Jammer, and Scarlet was
Mhm.
Quarrel, and then they go down the rabbit hole, and next
Yep.
thing you know, they got 5 red jackals, aka Destros, right?
Yep, I was doom scrolling as soon as that came in. I was like, "Oh, I why is it so expensive to buy in the United States? I need to go to England just to buy these." Save
Yeah,
it'll probably be
and
cheaper.
and even Scuba says like, "Oh yeah, when I was over in the UK, like you and George Aiken said it as well, like you can find a carded Mouton for like 15 pounds. But like over here, you just can't find them at
Yep.
all." So, but it's kind of the same in reverse as well, which is why I always say to George, who's one of the most like thoughtless and giving guys in the toy hobby, which I love that about him. If there's something in the US that you want, like let me know, like let me reciprocate that kindness to
Mhm.
you. He see this speaks to me right here. Yeah. Yep. I bet you people would come. The funny thing is I'm not freaking toxic at all, man. I just have opinions, and
Yeah,
apparently opinions are, the
opinions are
internet's
bad.
about consensus, and you can't have an opinion that differs from everyone else, or God forbid. Oh. On Will's channel, we were talking about um, Van Halen versus Van Hagar, and how I equate that to real GI Joe and Classified, and people are like, can't do that. Anthony Rosario said, just join the chat. It looks like Skidmark already started. Yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year, everyone from the South Bronx. Awesome, dude. Brooklyn. I'm originally from Brooklyn, Wash Ave and Prospect Park. So hell yeah to the boroughs. Happy New Year, man. Don't go down to Times Square. I'm sure since you're in South Bronx, maybe at some point in your life, maybe you've done that at least once. It's, I don't know. You know how you meet people in life and they're like, "Oh, I really want to go to Times Square." Why? So why would you want to
Yeah.
do that? That's terrible. Jay Wood says, don't forget to bring your hands to DFW." I got him right here. Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary. With that being said, no, I'm not that guy. Plus, I'll have the ma'am with me, and the ma'am's kind of she's bound if I throw down there. She's got to do something about it. So she'll probably arrest me.
I don't think there'll
Um,
be issues at DFW.
no, and look, we were all there for the issues at Joe Fest this
Yep.
year, and nobody wanted those issues.
Yep.
Um,
Just a few small people that'll be at Joe Fest, but
yeah, fuck them. I don't care. Like, I would walk right by them, and I wouldn't even give them time of day. And if Rob or Kenny or one of those tools said something, I mean, like, sure, I'd say something back, but that would be it. I'm not going to throw hands with people, man. I'm almost 50. I'm not going to fucking punch you in the face over toys, but like if you got up in my 3 feet of space outside, maybe, maybe I might smack you once, but I don't want to. That's the thing. All these people want to talk about violence, this and violence that over what? Toys? Dumb.
yeah.
Totally dumb, man. These are people who have never had to exert violence in their life. Like
Yeah.
all the guys that I know in my professional life, like we don't want to do that. Like that's the last thing we ever want because we've had to do that for a career, and it's like I'm done with that, man.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm moving away from a lifetime in the infantry to being retired, talking about stupid little plastic men named Skidmark. Do you think the last thing I want in my life is violence? Like you're dumb.
Yeah.
Just shut up, man. But fuck off. Um, Chad's panel will be about how to exist in a constant state of toxicity and hatred. Well, first of all, you have to be bald. You have to not have facial hair. So right there, I'm already like 2 steps behind a lot of people. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Life Rance Antonio might be getting back into 118 scale. Can anyone recommend a line? Hopefully people in the chat were already throwing out some answers for you because that's kind of what this whole thing is about. I hate the word community, but geez,
Yep.
what other word is there? Okay. Life Rance Antonio, are you talking about modern construction? Like these, like the 50th anniversary, Pursuit of Cobra kind of Joe's, or are you talking O-ring? Because these are the two types of 118 stuff that's out there right now, and it really depends on that. Throw it in the comments, and then we can discuss it. Speaking of 118 people, what's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going, Chad? Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hey, Will. Good. How are
Happy
you?
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Dude, I haven't seen you in like
I
forever.
know it's been so long, man. You've changed. You really
I changed my
have.
shirt. That's
Yeah.
what I did.
Hey, so did I. Look at that.
Yeah. See, and that's what professionals do, right? If you're on somebody else's stream and then you're gonna have your own stream later, change your shirt. Change your shirt. Like, just don't wear the same shit. All right.
Yeah, I heard someone say 118th scale, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Huh?
You were
Yeah.
like, to the bat phone. And you kind of just took off.
So what were you talking about? I mean,
We're just kind of reading the chat and just talking
Yeah.
to people. So I asked people what they were looking forward to
Oh,
in
sure.
2024. Just kind of chatting. Life Rance Antonio says might be getting back into 118 scale. Can anyone recommend a line? And so
yeah,
just kind of waiting on an answer because modern
depends
versus
what you
O-ring.
like. Sure,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle Force has everything in the modern construction you could think of.
Yeah.
You got Delta 17 and Strike Force Alpha with all your O-ring goodness,
Yeah.
and a slew of others. I mean,
Well,
I know
I'm
this
waiting
doesn't-
on his answer before we really start beating that up.
I mean,
Yeah.
I even collect the
America.
kitty 4-inch Marvel heroes. This Thanos is actually pretty cool. He's not bad.
Yeah, that one's pretty. Is that new 4-inch line that they just started putting out?
That's a new that's the new Epic Hero series.
That's weird.
and,
I thought according to Hasbro, 118 was dead,
yeah, it's weird.
or
because
118 is outsourced.
These are
Kurt
for
Stomps
kids.
here and says, "What's up, dudes? Have a great show. I'm gonna have to catch a replay. Well, thanks for popping in, my friend, and have a safe New Year's Eve."
I mean, but you can't go wrong if you want 118 scale figures with the Star Wars Power of the Force 2 figures. They're readily
Rendar.
available. You could get a whole mess of them for very little, and
Mhm.
some really great vehicles.
So
So
you go to a vintage toy shop with $100, you probably walk out with half the line.
that's right, man. And there's some good stuff in there too. I mean,
Oh,
they're not
yeah.
all terrible.
When Just Jeff and I just went shopping the other day, and I picked up my Rad GoBot,
Oh, nice.
they had most of the Power of the Force 2 stuff, to include Shadows of the Empire and the foils and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Suka's asking, did anyone catch Ace from Ramen saying he's gonna be talking to Hasbro about official license?
No.
Suka, are you referring to Mask? Because I know that Ace was saying he might start doing his Machina, Machina.
Mhm.
He might start doing that in 118 scale, but if he can get the Mask license from Hasbro, like, he'll straight up do Mask. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but he did mention that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that. I haven't seen his latest stream yet, but
Oh, snap. Hey, Mrs.
Hey.
Vargo, thank you for
That's
being here. It says, "Hi, boys. Happy New Year's." Good, he says. Ma'am, take your husband and go to DFW Joe Show, please, pretty please, because you want to go to Dallas, and I'm going to be there, and it'll be cool. And Kirk Bazigian's going to frickin' be there, and Ron Rudat, and 99% of the Real American Hero design team. Where else are you going to see them? Not Joe Fest. Which I hate to say, but it's it's the truth. They're just not going to be there. Dude, this is cool. Life Rance Antonio says, "You guys have inspired me to toy reviews. Gonna start dropping them real soon." Rad, dude. Make sure you let us know. Tag me and stuff,
Yeah.
man. Because I'm all about that kind of stuff. Please tag me.
Speaking of great videos, Mr. Vargo, you've been killing it, man.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome videos coming out recently, and
I appreciate it.
really like them. Yeah, thank you. That's well, thank you. No, thank you for making them. Yes. Yeah, great job.
Look at this shit. You have a sister? Want to slip her my number? No, I don't. Yeah. My sister is half Italian, half Portuguese. And she will cut you.
She'll cut you.
I love her to death, man, but she'll cut you. She'll cut you good.
She'll cut a slab of bacon, fry it up.
Ba-dum. James Lucas, $5 super chat. Thank
Hey.
you, my friend. Says Happy New Year to you and your family. Thanks for all the videos, lives, your service, and for being an awesome guy. Thank you for being an awesome guy. James Lucas, always an awesome supporter. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you, man. Kiwi GI Joe Customs and Collection says, "Good day, everyone. How's it going? Awesome. I'm pretty sure it's already 2024 where you are, but
Yeah, Happy New Year.
we're having a freaking great day. We're just hanging out. This is what I like." Jay Wood says, "I believe when it comes to toy reviews, the one to compare against all has to be."
That was great.
Did you see me giving him shit about that?
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
I don't have a spare empty. Oh yeah, I do. There's a couple things in this box, and by the way, I'm still wearing my Christmas track pants. So, right, and they're velour. Deal with it. But yeah, so here's a reenactment of Ryan's His Tank video. So I don't normally do reviews of toys, but here's a review of the His Tank. And oh yeah, this thing looks really great.
That's your address you got
It's
there.
awesome. Oh, it's fine. I don't care. You guys
Okay.
want to send me some hate mail? But anyway, it was just like a box for like
Yeah.
4 minutes. And I'm like, here's this tank. And I'm like, way to go, man. You killed it. You know, that was awesome. And he was just like throwing the figures down on the table. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like I don't know if you guys get into like other areas of YouTube, but like Ethan Van Sciver, like EVS. So
I've seen
when he goes toy shopping at like an Ollie's, kind of like Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters, but EVS, like you don't ever see him, you just see like the cart, and from the cart's perspective, and he like boom, and he like throws a carted figure down in the cart, and then like 20 seconds later, boom, he throws another carted figure, and it's just funny how he like doom shops. So,
I think someone heard you talking about them.
Who?
Laser Pants.
Oh, is he
you see
here?
his comment there? Yeah, you see his comment?
I sent him the link.
He said, well, you can see what he said.
Yeah, but I'm not there yet, so I'll get there when I get there.
Oh, okay.
George
I
Aiken
forgot. I forgot. I realized it's your.
Yeah, but I like to read the chat because if
Yes.
people are going to take the time to be here and type this stuff, I don't, you know, I can't.
I forgot about the 20-minute delay.
It's not 20 minutes. It's 19. Legitimately, it's 19 minutes. George says, "I'm looking forward to adding another 20." Oh, dude. 20 shadow tracks.
What?
Where do you find those, George? You just
He
find
just
them
trips
everywhere
over them.
around the UK?
Yes.
That's so cool.
My mental image of the UK is just that there's like bins outside of doors and they're like
Yeah.
free take one.
Yeah.
People are tripping over
Take
them.
this
meanwhile.
action force. I have too much.
Yes.
Go in the call boxes and they're just piled up with Action Force stuff, and you're like, mine.
They're just a nuisance over there.
Yeah, it's like, get these mutons out of my face, please. Jim Largo says, "Knick-knack, paddywhack, stuff and dollies. It's all good."
Long time no see, Jim.
Battle Rifles, awesome name. Says, "Finally completing my flag. It's not 100% retro, but I like the modern
No,
3D." I do
that's
too,
fine.
man. I have
Yeah.
a lot of aftermarket stuff for my flag. In fact, even though my mast is complete with the cap, I found a guy on, I want to say Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you know, give it a name. And he makes these modern updated masts where they have like crow's nests and ladders and all sorts of stuff, and like where you can hang semaphore flags. And I was like, I need that. I need that in my life, just because I want to paint it and I want to update it, and I'll still keep my original mast. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll like put it in Tupperware and set it aside. But that mast is so cool. And in my mind, I'm like, oh man, when I paint it, I'm going to put like some bird shit on it. Like, you know, just do real rad stuff with it. But I'm definitely going to put some bird shit on it. So that'll
That's great.
the Canucks here. What's up? Good to see you all the
how's
way
it
from
going?
the Great White North and says, "What's up?" Oh
Give
yeah,
those doggos of yours a little scratch on the head for me.
yeah. And then Stanley's Toy Channel is here. It says, "Happy New Year, everyone." Thank you. You
Happy New
too.
Year.
Media Clash, always super cool and very supportive of other channels, which I think is really cool. It says, "Looking forward to getting in the new house." Awesome.
Oh, congrats.
Getting the off set up and starting to create content again. Also adding Monster Force to my New Orleans themed figure squad. That's cool.
Mhm.
Really cool. 6-inch, 4-inch. Which one? Both? Dude, I would get that 112 scale Sasquatch just to have it. Because if it's a Sasquatch, it can
Yeah.
be massive. So I could
Yeah.
get this giant Sasquatch and it'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 112 scale Monster Force stuff this year.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm not. I don't care. But it's just I don't care about the
Yeah.
scale. And dude, I've been waiting on that. What is it? Wave 11, Wave 12? The not Red Shadows Monster Force and the 4-inch that I pre-ordered that shit like 2 years ago.
That's my only problem with Fresh Monkey.
Will, you can do that on screen, dude. I don't give a shit.
I know. It's just me.
Yeah. Just Jeff said I'd like the 112 scale Batmobile from the Knight's End. Ooh.
Oh. That was
Knight's End was a great all of that. Knight's End, Nightfall, Knight's Quest. I love that. All that Jean-Paul Valley stuff. I know people dog on him as Batman, but dude, he was ruthless as Batman. And I liked his suit. I thought his suit was cool. Not the end version with all the weird gold globes
Yeah.
all over him, but that like the second iteration when he finally put that spotlight on. I was a big fan of Jean-Paul Valley. Cruising. Suka says yes, Battle Corps Rangers whale would be legit.
Ooh.
I've always said that should have been the first 118 scale HasLab they came out with.
Yes.
They're like, hey, and they could make it a big to do, oh, this vehicle was never produced for 1995 and blah blah blah. And look at it now, dude. People would have gone ape shit over that thing.
Yeah.
But that would require some knowledge of the line and just saying.
That's toxic.
Just deeper knowledge and love for the line.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have knowledge of an IP more than there was a version of Destro called Profit Director, and at one point Cobra Commander had a Mickey Mouse logo on his chest, right? And then you're like, oh, I know everything about G.I. Joe. You don't know shit. Just Jeff, am I down to do it again this Wednesday? Yeah, man, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Was that toy shopping?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All
Every
right.
once in a while he pops
Yeah.
through.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds cool.
Oh, George Aiken, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, all the Happy New Years. I'm so glad you guys are
Happy
all
New
here,
Year.
just hanging out. Hillbilly Harper.
Hey,
Hey,
Hillbilly.
Chad, just a heads up. I read your letter yesterday.
No. Little love letter? Oh.
No, Hillbilly from Podcast from the Pit. Did you read it on your live stream, dude? Let me know if that's what you're talking about, because I've been meaning to rewatch that live stream.
I caught part of that live on my lunch break. It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Chad must be sad. He's so blue. I don't know why I'm blue, because I mean, really, I'm not. I don't
Wasn't
know.
it your cup one day was making the
But I'm not holding the damn cup.
That's your shirt. Maybe it's your shirt.
It's all of our shirts. We're all wearing too much
Yeah.
blue. It's
wearing my his tank shirt. Yeah.
Nice.
Jim Largo needs a chupacabra.
Nice. Oh.
I guess it depends on what version of the chupacabra, because a lot of people say it kind of looks like a hairless dog on two legs and like the goat sucker thing. And then a lot of people say it's a little more like hulking and menacing. So I guess it depends on which lore of the chupacabra you mean.
Yeah, I've seen like images that look more like what was it, the Violator from Spawn from like 1990s, where it's got like a small body and then like this big head, and it's
You know what would make a good base for a chupacabra? If they made a weasel figure from the Suicide Squad.
that would probably be
That'd make a good base, at least, and then you could put like a fucked up head on it. Whatever. Beta Ray Bob says, I've got no smack talk for GoBots since I saw a newer version of Psykill that is 118. Are you talking about in bike form? That Revenge of Kronos bike robo? Yeah, he's awesome. There's a 6-inch version and a 9-inch
And
version.
you can put
I
a
have-
1/18 scale figure on that.
on the 6-inch version when it's in
Oh.
bike mode. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks perfect.
That's pretty sweet.
But I have the 9-inch version.
Okay.
I never transformed him. I like him in
Yeah.
bot mode. But is that for me?
I don't know. Get off the webcam, man. Webcams suck.
Me?
I don't know.
I'm not on a webcam. I'm on like a camera, but I think it's just the lighting. But
Oh.
anyway, whatevs. Chad looked like an unofficial man. Man, get the fuck out of here. Chris from Cutthroat sends a $5 super chat and says, Chad, what G.I. Joe vehicle are you going to add to your? Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to pose that question to everybody. What G.I. Joe vehicle?
I want a Palatoy SAS Panther.
Mm.
I want all the Palatoy stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It qualifies, right? Because it's based on the Vamp, based on the
Mhm.
Lamborghini Cheetah. It all qualifies. Michael, are you going to say the Dragonfly?
It's my easy cop out answer because I don't know what 18th scale stuff I've got on my future right
Doesn't
now.
have to be 1/18 scale, man. Just something like Joe or Joe Parallel. You could say Vanguard. You can say whatever you want. And everybody else in the chat, I want to know what like one vehicle you want this year. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool answer.
Yeah.
You know, I do want to pick up another detonator though. I do love the detonator.
You know what?
I got a box if you want one.
That is good. And I saw it in the chat. A complete Night Raven. I do not have one. I have a partial one, but it's like so partial that it's might as well be a shell. And
Brent Banks, Happy New Year. Thanks for being here. And Chris, thank you again for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. David Allen, Woodman, everybody, thank you all so much. And Happy New Year to all of you as well. Thank you for hanging out with us. Big Bacon, Chad's panel, How to Properly Love Joes Without Catching Charges. This would be my DFW Joe show panel. Yeah. Before you got here, Will, everybody was saying I need to do a panel at DFW Joe show. And I'm like, on what? Like, what would I, how
You
to
just
think
bring-
for yourself and like what you like.
bring
Tell
a
everybody else
car
to
up
get
on
fucked.
stage. You sit in a car, and then you just yell at the audience.
And I look at them all through the room.
Car
mirror.
Rant Live. Yes, yes.
No, that's dumb. James Lucas, the original Palatoy Action Force is so cool. I really want to get some. Dude, once you go down that rabbit hole, that's it.
That is the final frontier for me. Like that
Mhm.
is when.
And then Kiwi Customs and Collection says I'm going to refresh my channel a bit too, Chad. Yeah, Will, you and Jim were talking about how you guys are going to refresh
Sure.
and stuff, right?
Mhm.
AF3 is a
AF3.
freaking great vehicle.
Oh, so cool.
but I
the
like
boost
it as
into a
the
boat.
Z Force Jeep
Yes.
rather than just as the AF3. Largo, you know what we're talking about?
Me?
Yeah, the AF3 Jeep.
Yeah, that's the one with the where the boat on the top that you can take off.
That's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but when they did it for the SAS, they took the boat, made it separately, and then they made that some kind of like a boat landing thing for the SAS. But yeah,
Mhm.
which is weird because the version I got was both. They were together. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So whatever. George Aiken says the Sea Lion is my favorite. I
Oh.
still need to complete
Yeah.
my Sea Lion because it's missing a couple of the pieces on top. And I'm working on it. And again, like I've always said, I'd rather have a piece in my collection that's only mostly complete than not have it at all. And
Yeah.
I've-
I mean,
I've
to me, it
always-
looks complete. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm not-
there's just a bunch of like blue
yeah.
stuff that you can see where it's supposed to
Mhm.
go here and here, but it's still such a phenomenal vehicle.
It is
and way-
solid, and it's great original vehicle. It's not derivative of like a GI Joe thing converted to
No. This thing is just
yeah,
fantastic.
beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah, those Palatoy original designs. I mean,
They
they
really
still
killed it.
hold. I mean,
Mhm.
people love the Mobat and whatever, but some of those Palatoy designs are great.
Well, not only the Palatoy designs, but even when you look at something like their version of the MMS in that black and gray and the light
Yes.
gray camo with the yellow and red stickers, it just pops.
Mhm.
And then what they did with the APC, where they
Yep,
made the
it's-
whole back usable,
Oh,
the
phenomenal.
ATC is completely, it's miles and miles better.
so much better. Yeah.
Dude, Life Rants is from Williamsburg. Hell yeah, man. I know that was like 33 minutes ago, but I'm catching up. I'm catching up. Just Jeff likes the Space Force stuff. Oh, Nostalgia Knot was a Prospect Park boy too. Hell yeah, dude. It's totally different now. I haven't been back to anywhere in the tri-state area since 2005, 4, 5.
Oh,
And
it's changed quite a
last
bit.
time I was in Brooklyn, it's all like Starbucks and like bicycle boutiques and weird stuff and like those hipster bookstores. But I mean, whatever, that's cool. The brownstones are still there. It's just not shady like it used to be. Just Jeff said, Chad, DFW will be a good time. Lots of great vendors, better people, and dope food. I don't know about better people. I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to say necessarily for the change of scenery because I enjoy Joe Fest, but I'm not thrilled about the fact that there's a lot of friends that I have, guys like Will and others who I won't see because I'm not going to Joe Fest this year. So that kind of bugs. This one's for you, Will.
I know. All right. I learned my lesson. Jeez.
Man, that was the first time you and I hung out, and like you're standing there, and I'm just like eating your chips. Just like, that's fine, you can have those.
That's a good place, though, man. That was good food. I like that place.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I told you guys, right? I was like, this place is awesome. I love this place.
I wound
Where
up
was it?
eating there like 2 more times before we left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
convenient. And
Where was it?
Okay, so the two main pizzerias in downtown Augusta, not Mellow Mushroom because that place. It's the one that's on
I forget what it was called.
the
too.
South Carolina side on the street, and it has that really, I mean, like the state that's next over. I forget the name of it. It's like pizza something,
Yeah.
and it has that really nice outdoor area, and they always have like the
It's like a lot of
music
open.
trivia.
Yeah, it's like industrial looking inside.
Yeah.
They had a ton of taps because they had.
I always
like a
forget the
brew.
name of that place.
Yeah. But it's so
Hal
good.
Jordan says, I will never be on time for a live at this point. What's up, guys? What's up, dude? Good to see you. Big Bacon says, people capable of true violence avoided at all costs. Absolutely. I completely agree. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ooh. Fat Red Foo's looking for some Joy Toy.
Oh yeah.
Or
That's
maybe
so good.
he's answering.
I think it was
Could be.
in regards to the 118th suggestions.
Yeah, Delta 17. Jim Smith
okay.
said, I'd love to find Delta 17, but can't find a site selling them. Will, you want to take that?
Yeah, so they'll be available mid to late January. So, and if you come over to the 118 team, Steve and Ken from Toy Connections will be on the show Sunday, January 7th, I think. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, January 7th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And they'll have all the information about Delta 17.
Awesome, because I need to pick those up.
And I could show you some right now because I
I know
bought
I'm getting envious.
these off
See,
of
he's doing the air quote again when he said I bought them. I paid real money for these.
I paid real money to Ken, and he shipped these to me, and I just got them in. So yeah,
It's-
real cool.
It's cool, dude. We all know people. We all get stuff sent to us. Like it's fine. I didn't pay Matt LaCroix for the Strike Force Alpha figures he sent me because Matt's my bro and he sent me some rad figures. Bear 11 Charlie said, agreed, don't want anything to do with violence, had enough of that. Yep, agreed. 100%.
Sure.
Stephen S, what's up? Good to see you. Says Happy New Year from the tiny state that Hasbro and Bobby Valor reside in. Yep. Well, welcome from Rhode Island. Thanks for being here, buddy. Beta Ray says, if you want great 118 line, check out Eagle Force. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, very good.
Jeremy Kerr's here, but did not say Happy New Year, so that's a demerit for you. 118 scale Bruner.
Oh, Brooder. They do like educational toys, and they have like
Oh yeah. I got
they're
one of
pretty
their
expensive. Yeah, sure. They got like utility trucks, lumberjacks,
I have the
farmers.
one with the trailer, and it
Yeah.
has just that right kind of light orange, and I'm like, that's going to be a Night Force. Yeah. But again, remember what we were talking about on your channel, Will? Mike, Will and Jim came up with a great idea. Everybody does this, like, these are my top 10 of 2023. And I did one. It comes out tomorrow morning. But we were discussing that somebody should do a video of the top 10 things I never got to.
Oh, that was me. Yeah,
right?
because I said if I had a top 10, it's top 10 things I said I was going to do and never did.
Top 10
in
projects of
2023.
2023 that I shit bagged on.
Yeah, because that's pretty much the story of my life.
You should do that video, dude. Maybe I'll I don't want to say steal, but I'll
Yeah, you're more than
borrow
welcome
your inspiration.
because that is another project that I say I'll do and never get to because that's like
Yeah,
I said.
2024.
And then you do it in 2024 and you take clips from your show and say, because I never did this. Yeah. All right. That's how you kind of segue in there. It's like your introductory paragraph. Stanley says, Chad, what figures are you looking forward to getting in the new year? I'm going to pause X on this question because we were still talking about vehicles. There's my answer for I don't. Oh, you know what I need? I need the X19 Phantom.
Oh,
I do need that. I do need a Phantom. And freaking Chris from Cutthroat found one for like, I don't want to say price, right? Because I really don't like to talk about price, but dirt cheap, complete.
yeah.
And I was like, dude, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, it was only this much. And I'm like, I can't find a complete one for less than like $250. And he's like, no, I got it for this. But then again, I got a real good steal on that Sergeant Savage P40 Warhawk. So, you know, kudos to anybody who can find them. But I think the Phantom, I need the Phantom. I don't want to say I need it, but I would like it. I would like it for my collection. Everything else I pretty much have. Maybe. I just honestly, I go through the Belomo guide and I go through every year and I'm like, I have that everything from that year. I have everything from that year. And I'm in like somewhere like 87, 89. I'm plugging holes in those years, but yeah. But then there's some stuff I just don't want. Like I don't care for the Ninja Force, the little whirlwind vehicles. I don't care for those. I don't really care for Battle Force 2000 stuff. The only one that I have that I really wanted is that Arctic tank on skis when you bust it open and like that armored personnel carrier comes out of it. I like that.
There's one vehicle I saw this morning, and it's from the Mortal Kombat figures. There was like a ship, like the ship from the movie.
The boat.
The boat. I
Yeah.
never knew that thing existed,
Yeah.
and I never knew I wanted it, but someone was posting it all over Facebook, and I was like, oh, really? That exists?
Is that a pirate ship? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I really need that. I need that pirate ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Figures. What figures are we looking forward to get in the new year? I'd like to know what everybody in the chat is looking forward to in the new year. Michael, what are you looking forward to figure wise?
Well, obviously, there's always the new stuff that Valverse puts out, but really looking forward to the call sign longbow stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's a long time coming. So that's a good one.
It's Will. What about you?
Well,
Don't you hold up a damn Delta 17 figure again?
already got Delta 17, but I'm really looking for.
I knew you were reaching for him, man. It's like, what do you look at? Well, actually,
I paid real U.S. currency for these figures, and they're not in 2024, so that's out of the question. But no, yeah, call sign longbow is great. I would love to see all of those lines come out, but the Monster Squad 4-inch stuff, I think, is the stuff that's gonna turn me into a that's my in for Eagle Force. Like I really want to get them, and I keep putting them in my cart, and then going like maybe next paycheck or something, and then those
You're
are
like,
Oh,
the ones.
Oh man, that couple $100 slaps. That's a lot of money. Yeah.
So I think when those come out and I see them, I'm gonna want them.
I'm it's weird with me because I don't really collect 112 stuff. But as we've discussed already, I will buy Action Force stuff that speaks to me, so I pick and choose on that. I can't really say, oh, I'm really looking forward to this, this, and this, because I just have to see, like, Bobby will throw something up and I'll go, I really like that design. Like Warpath Eclipse, I think was the last one that I got because A, she was at Joe Fest, right? And B, like the face sculpt and the paint apps on that figure are gorgeous. And I've always felt that toys are art before they're anything else. And I loved that figure. As far as 118 stuff, which is kind of my bread and butter, O-ring figures, I only bother purchasing when they're from friends. So independent lines that my friends start, I will purchase, I will support, I will back those. So Call Sign Longbow, Strike Force Alpha, Delta 17, Operation Recall, stuff like that. And I just found out that isn't Chad Huckle part of Legends of the Hidden Force? Is that Chad Huckle? Or is that a different Chad?
I'm horrible with names, so you're good with names. You like rattle them off like this, and I'm like,
anyway,
they're all good.
I'm looking forward to the 4-inch Monster Force Eagle Force stuff, especially since Matt LaCroix did a lot of work on that, and Matt's a good friend, and he's a very talented paint master and action figure designer. Yeah. And then I really want to see what's up with the Super 7 O-ring Joes, just because it's more curiosity than anything. But
it's that morbid
I don't really collect
curiosity.
O-ring. Yeah.
I don't have high hopes, and I won't be disappointed if they're not great, because I'll just be like this,
They're already doing what I knew that they were going to do. They were going to do like a couple of the hits and then a bunch of deep cut stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're doing exactly what pretty much everyone thought that they would do. But for the most part, O-ring figures are not part of my collection unless they're drivers of vehicles, right? And again, even though he drives the Desert Fox 6x6, he was a gift to me from Joe Ricondo because he was my co-pilot home from Joe Fest. That's why Skidmark is always my co-pilot. But that's pretty much about it. I'm really on like the vehicle playset kick right now. Like I am burning down all the available space I have with that stuff. Anthony Rosario says, I'm a real New Yorker. That's what I'm talking about. We do not do Times Square. No, real New Yorkers don't do Times Square. I will be drinking rum and Coke into the New Year. Shout out to Brooklyn. Once again, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you, dude.
Happy New Year.
Very cool.
Happy New Year.
Hal Jordan said you can pick up the O-ring Delta 17 at $25 USD a pop.
That's
absolutely. Right. And here's my thing. Anybody who's like, well, I don't want to pay 20 or 25 for an O-ring figure. I don't know what to tell you at that point, because you've never seen these characters before.
Yeah.
You've never seen these figures before. What Matt and those guys did from Scorched Earth and White Elephant with the interchangeable arms and heads on Strike Force Alpha, it's brilliant because it's the articulation point, and you just take the whole freaking glove off and put a new one on, and they don't feel like they're going to break. Like there is so much more that can be done with this construction style. The way that Carson replaced the O-ring with that weird IUD looking T-post thing, it's brilliant. There's so many things.
I can't wait.
Even Zyka was putting freaking ankle rockers in them. So yeah, absolutely. And then Liferant says modern for sure. I haven't had O-ring in a long time. Yeah, so moderns are going to be Marauder Gun Runners, Eagle Force from Strike Force, or from Fresh Monkey Fiction. Chicken Fried Toys has a lot of really good ones too. Hey, you know what? Speaking of independent lines.
Whoa!
You guys know these dudes?
What's up, guys? Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
What's up, John? Good to see you.
Thanks, man. Good to see you too.
It's been
Hanging
a while.
out with Mikey. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we were just talking about Call Sign Longbow and Strike Force Alpha and all the lines and everything, and look who pops in.
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys. How's your New Year's Eve going so far?
Do what?
How's your New Year's going so far?
Oh, New Year's is great. Team
like
won
it.
the game, so
I like your Firefox poster.
Yeah, nice. That is great.
thank you.
Night Raven, Firefox, SR71.
Oh, it's a little bit of both.
Agreed. It's a little bit of both. So, how are things going, gentlemen? How's things with call sign Longbow?
They're pretty good. With the Skeletron O-ring figure from the RoboSkull project that's underway.
Yep. Yeah, I
And,
just I was talking on Will's show about I got that alert about it.
yeah, so that's underway. So that means our first set of tooling is complete, and we can start running those whenever the factory's ready. We're cutting tooling on everything else except
Nice.
one figure is still a little behind, but that's fine. It was one of the last unlocks, so we're pretty happy with that. You know, and I've said this before in comments on your stuff, Chad, that people always talk about how long things take, and when you have a limited supply of sculptors out there and you have a limited supply of artists out there, Troy and I obviously can't do everything by ourselves. We wish we could,
Right.
but that's just not realistic. So all of those resources are being used up at the same time. Our artist for the card art, he's also doing stuff for Recall, and he's doing other projects too, and he's still in demand. So we have that, finding good sculptors that can really retain the look and feel that we're looking for.
Yeah.
We have from the beginning said that this was a nostalgia thing for us, and we wanted the figures to look and feel like original O-rings.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of work to that. Modern figures have a lot more detail. They're just different. So for us to have a sorry.
Sorry.
So for us to have a great sculptor, now we have to also make sure that sculptor isn't putting in the super detail of a modern figure, because you got to pull stuff back. But you don't want to go too far back, because there are sculpts in that 82 to 94 era that are incredibly detailed with excellent texture and really nice, a nice look to them. So you just kind of try to each figure has a different thing that you look at and what you want to bring across with it. So that is one of the challenges, not to mention, as I have said, the factory issue. When you're using the same factory as some of the big dogs like Marauder and RoboSkull,
Yeah.
some of the Dime Novel Legend stuff. I mean, they had their things first, and we have to.
Mm-hmm.
When we agreed last year to do all of these projects with all these other people, and we worked together to try to not step on each other.
Yeah.
So we just set up a schedule, and we said, okay, and John's doing the MTF stuff or the Vietnam thing, and then we're going to go with RoboSkull, and Carson and our team kind of went back and forth on who was going to go first, but we staggered them out where the four of us weren't stepping on each other's toes. So there is a lot of that goes into it, and as I've said before, and I'll say it again, the factory really isn't interested in what we promised.
Right.
Regardless of what they told us, what we usually hear is, yeah, that should be possible.
Oh, Chinese New Year.
And then you get in the middle of it, and it's Chinese New Year or rolling blackouts or COVID-13 or whatever thing that they have going on over there. And they have a lot of challenges.
On Will's channel earlier, we were all kind of having a New Year's discussion, and we started talking about, all the lines that we're looking forward to, and, the awesome resurgence of 118 stuff. And I definitely didn't invite you guys on to put you in a hot seat at all about Call Sign Longbow. Like, we're just celebrating stuff tonight. Yeah. But we were saying how, like, there's like the factory stuff, and this one put that one and that one and that one, and there was like this rolling behind thing, and totally understandable. I'm just glad you guys are here to hang out with us. So I just want to have a little time,
guys. Yeah, ever since the first time I saw Call Sign Longbow, at that first, I think it was 2021 Joe Fest. You guys did the panel. It was awesome. I'm all in on everything you guys have coming out. So it's like money in the bank for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not like, I know it's coming. So it's just one day, I've put that money in, and there's going to be a big payoff soon.
There's a
Word.
commie ninja, people. There's a commie ninja.
Yes.
Michael, is that your freaking his tank box?
No,
Yeah.
I got my
Hey,
my,
all right.
my battle
Nice.
stands right next to me
No,
here.
behind you,
Nice.
fool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
John,
A
did you get
major
a his
award.
tank?
Do
John,
what?
sir, did you get a his tank?
I did. Yeah.
Did you? Mikey, did you get one?
Negative.
You and me and Will?
Yeah. Just a couple of sour holdouts.
I'm not a holdout. I just, again, I don't care for the scale. But anyway, I want to say Happy New Year to my brother and good friend Jay Bartlett up in Canada.
Yeah,
Jay.
Jay.
And
Hey,
then
I put Jay on Amazon. I was like perusing, and Jay's show is on Amazon. Prime.
Action Figure Adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nintendo
awesome.
Quest is on there too. And yeah.
Such a good job, man. Jay's
That's
awesome.
Gonzo sends a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Gonzo, and says, just got back in a 118, and man, do I want every playset and vehicle out there. So much to choose from. Happy New Year, gents. Happy New Year, Gonzo, and thank you for the super chat, man.
Mhm.
And may God be with you.
Vehicles. I'm not asking you anything, John, because you and I had this discussion at Joe Fest outside, right?
did.
We had this, and mum's the word, but what, in your opinion, right, as someone who like created a whole new IP, what are some of the benefits or challenges with wanting or trying to do vehicles?
Tooling cost is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Modern manufacturing in China has very much micro-sized. Just as an example, if you collected Black Major stuff when he first started, well, not
Yeah.
when he first started, but kind of in the middle when he had his little resurgence and came out with the Snake Eyes V2, he offered a sprue of all the parts that included timber that went on that. And this sprue was about this size, what you would think of like an old model kit,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
an
yeah.
airplane model kit. It was a pretty good size sprue. Modern stuff, they don't want to make sprues that big. They try to fit everything in a 6x6 or 6x8 area. And so that really, when you're doing a vehicle, you really have to think about that. Not to mention
Yeah.
just the price of the materials that you make the mold out of when you're talking about a 12x16 or a 16x16 chunk of metal, to cut maybe a hull of a tank and then another one to cut just the top. That stuff gets expensive, and it's not just the material that's expensive, but one of the cheapest things that I have learned in the last couple of years is if you're going to do something like this and it doesn't have high paint detail on it and you can get it done in the United States, the tooling cost is way cheaper to go have it made in China and then shipped. So there is a ton of logistics involved. Finding a company in the States, that's our passion really has always been to eventually be able to put a made in the USA label on some of the products.
Yeah.
I would love that. There's even here in Missouri, there are several plastics manufacturers that I've had conversations with across the United States, actually. But
Yeah.
I would, I think it would be awesome to do a tank. Or a couple of years ago at Joe Fest, we had that guard tower.
Yeah. And I like
Those
that.
things. The guard tower is a little easier because it was designed to be able to fit within the parameters of a 6x6 or 6x8 mold. But a tank, and Troy and I always wanted to do a Russian tank, as we kind of got cheated out of that with the Joe stuff.
Yeah. Hey, back in 2021, you guys kind of teased some other IPs possibly.
We did.
Any
We did.
news about that, or
Pause for dramatic effect.
no? And if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's fine. That IP is being in talks with another
Yeah.
company.
It was like the last slide of your presentation, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the end of Flash Gordon, right? The dust in the ring, and you're like, "Is that Clytus? I don't know. Is that Clytus? What's going on?"
Rest assured that that we do want to have Longbow get into some space stuff at one point.
Yeah.
Rad.
just because GI Joe did. And Troy and I are kind of crazy about space stuff, so we really want to do that, and we probably will do some sort of, space themed line.
That line in particular, though, does have a lot of vehicles and playset compatibility.
It
with
does.
Yeah. So
It does. And right now we are trying to kind of focus on figures because, like I said, for tooling reasons and cost, we
Sure.
are just not.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people recently. They were asking me, like, well, do you think that you might leave here to go do that full time? And I could just kind of laugh. And I was like, we are paying the bills. That is what we're doing.
yeah.
There's not money coming in to say, like, hey, you know what? I'm going to carve out $50K for me this year. That just doesn't happen.
No.
Well, that's what I love about it too, is that you guys are, you got the passion for it, and that's what drives the production of this product. It's not, it's, you want to see a dream come true, and I want to see it, and we all get excited when, like looking at the Strike Force Alpha, like their blog, as they went through the production, and then finally seeing those last two pictures where they have all the boxes in their garage and they're shipping them out and stuff. It was just great. It's just an awesome feeling.
Right.
Oh yeah. Let me hit some of the chat real quick. So Brian
Sure.
Stevenson says, "Are you referring to the 2024 DFW GI Joe and Action Figure Show, June 21st, 2024?"
No, the other one.
Yes.
The other one.
Mikey and John, you're both coming to DFW.
That's correct.
Okay.
You know who else is going to be at DFW, right? Skid
Mark?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yes.
Skid Mark.
Be there with me. Yeah, and the Mam's going to come too.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Jesse from JLS Comics is here and says, "Happy New Year,
JLS.
everyone! Thanks for
Happy
being
New
here,
Year.
buddy." And for some reason, Ryan told
That
me
was
to
in response to you talking about reenacting his
Oh,
Oh, about the His Tank video.
and then I told you it would be 20 minutes later.
I
and
just
then
sent him a
you-
message, and I was like, "Don't you call me bitch?"
How long ago was that? That was more than 20 minutes. Yeah, we're
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes ago. Yeah. And then apparently Big Bacon just wants to know if my sister needs her lawn mowed.
goodness.
I don't know if that's an innuendo, but the answer's still no. Because I will tell my sister to cut you with a frickin' broken beer bottle.
What did he not get about the Italian and Portuguese thing? Like,
Right? Like it's just
you're gonna get cut. There's
Yeah.
no
one
other
way or
option.
the other. You're either gonna get the hands or you're getting stuck. I mean, that's all there is to it.
The only way it gets more aggressive is she's got a little Cuban in her. I mean, like you're gonna have a bad time.
Look, I love my sister to death, but she wears those Ginas, if you know what I'm talking about, right? She wears those Ginas and she got the nails. Just don't
Don't.
even approach her.
Just don't.
I mean, my sister's great, and she's beautiful like her mother, but just no, because she'll gut you like a fish. Life Rant says, "I do have a comic book podcast. Check it out. It's called Life Rants." I will definitely check it out as soon as we are done here, my friend.
The
because
name
I
of
love-
Chad's autobiography.
Dude, Mikey, you guys missed it when somebody was saying I should do a panel at DFW, and I'm like, what would I do a panel on? And it was all this stuff like how to stay toxic, and all this crazy. Suka's saying, "I think he," meaning Ace from Ramen, "was hinting at multiple scales for Machina with premium parts like diecast and stuff. I'm still annoying him to make more 118 military." Yeah. He is going to make V. So that's
Oh,
cool. He's
really?
going to do V in the 118 scale, which I think
Oh.
is freaking awesome. Oh, yeah. And then Hal
Praise
Jordan
the toy
said,
gods.
"I'm just waiting on Ace to do the V line."
Yes.
V
All
was
about the
awesome.
V.
That's that
And then I'm-
V line that we've seen the catalog picture for so many times. And
Shuttle and
yes.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then the toys that they had in the miniseries, they were like Kit Bash Star Wars and G.I. Joe toys. Like the Diana was Scarlet, and whatever the leader guy was, his name John, right? John was like Luke Skywalker, I think. I want to say. Where's Masterson? I see people saying hi to him. Oh, here he is. What's up, sir? Good to see you. I'll give you a Chris salute and Happy New Year's. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. I know I'm behind on the chat, people, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up on it. George Aiken. I have 10 carded Moutons, picked 12 up 10 years ago for 30 pounds.
Yeah, he just
For
tripped over
all of
them.
them?
No, someone paid him 30 pounds to haul it away.
Take them. Look, I will give you 3 farthings if you take all of these toys.
Hey, speaking of George Aiken,
Oh,
he didn't do this, but
yeah. That's the Palatoy.
There it is.
a little
It
something
is.
Dad picked up this year.
Well, here, let me make you big. That's what.
Yeah, you go ahead, buddy.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, dude, that's so rad.
It is really cool.
It's great.
Probably one of my favorite picks of this year that I've got.
That headquarters, the Death Star, they just did such great stuff.
It's so cool.
Okay, I'm no longer making you big, Mikey. Wesley said, got to go hang out with family. Have a great stream. See you in a replay. Thanks for being here, Wesley. Good to see you.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Oh, look, it's that snitch Masterson. I don't know. I re-invited Ryan, but if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean, that's what she said, right? Beta Ray Bob says the not red shadows are coming, and they will probably have the new thigh swivel that wouldn't have been there earlier. Yeah,
Okay.
they're coming. It's like wave 11 or wave 12, and I'm just like patiently waiting on that. And then see, Anthony Rosario knows what's up. Says Azrael was a bad dude because we were talking about the Nightfall Batman, the whole Jean Paul Valley stuff earlier. Oh, Jacourt's here, or Jake Court, Jaqueline, D Nice, Balake. Happy almost New Year, Chad. May it be filled with nothing but paradiddles.
Happy New Year.
Always, all day long, man. Yep, totally get it. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year. Anthony says, I remember getting Cobra Commander as a kid for like $2 and 3 proofs of purchase in the 80s. Yeah, the mail away.
Mhm.
Wasn't that Hooded Cobra Commander?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hooded
it came
Cobra
in
Commander.
little tiny packs.
Mhm.
And it was 6 to 8 weeks for processing and delivery. And believe
yeah.
me, like day 2, I was checking my mailbox. Or
Yeah.
even
And then you
like
just get this crappy little box, and you're like, "What the hell is this?" I
Yeah.
forgot all about that. Yeah.
It's like,
Cutthroat says, "Chad, I'm wearing your Neon at Night T-shirt just for this stream. Very rad. Thank you.
awesome.
Much appreciated." And then Steven is asking, "Is my Joe already hungover?" Yes.
He looks like
Yeah. Well, he doesn't sit up properly, so I figured I might as well just put him in some.
You wouldn't want
scoop
to
pose.
sit if you were an active skid mark.
No, it's the skid
He's-
mark that makes him slide off, right?
he's airing it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Viscosity. Viscosity is the word of the day. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a new thing. I'm going to get that freaking Pee-wee's Playhouse word of the day. And every time somebody says toxic in the chat, I'm going to smash that thing, man.
There you go.
Yeah, everyone in the whole place, the chair, the
Yeah,
mailbox.
Gary and all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to make them do it. Yeah. Ooh, Jacourt says current Grail piece is a Cobra Rattler.
I love that plane, but I have the original. I have that. There was a copper one that they did.
Yep.
In the early 2000s.
Yep.
Oh, that one's
Yep.
sweet. I have that one, and then they did a Joe version that's like camouflage or green.
Yeah.
Deco, the A10, and
Yeah,
that is beautiful.
And they did the Power Glide
Right there.
version, and then they did the modern version as well.
I do not have those, but I have those 3. And I
Power
love
Glide, I didn't get. I didn't get Power Glide, and I didn't get Starscream. Those are the only San Diego crossover Joe Transformer sets I didn't get because
Mm.
Starscream as an F-14 is a little lazy, And I was like, you just made a darker gray F-14 with different stickers. Like, I'm not paying $250 for that. So I didn't get that, and I didn't like Power Glide as a Rattler because he was more of the standard A10, with the engines in the back. So
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
don't
didn't
know
mind
what
that.
the-
I just wanted a red Rattler, but I never picked one
Nice.
up.
The modern one, I don't know what that one looks like, but I'll have to take a look.
It's pretty simple.
Well, it's up there next to my vintage one. It pretty much just looks exactly the same. It's
just
not
a
like
blue Rattler with additional.
it's not like the 30th anniversary Sky Striker where it's a one-seater cockpit. There's no weird changes like that. It just looks like a Rattler. Nothing
okay.
real different.
Yeah.
The
but-
plastic's a
cockpit
little
colors-
brighter.
Yeah, I think the cockpit color is a little darker too.
okay.
The canopy is
Yep.
smoked, and the blue on the plastic is kind of more this blue than like like embargoes kind
Yeah.
of work.
Beautiful. I love that toy.
David's looking for an 86 complete Night Raven.
Same. Yeah.
Take this for what you will, but if you get one at like 70% and then find the rest of the parts, if you just go on eBay and type in G.I. Joe Night Raven parts, pages upon pages of parts. And I got my Night Raven 75, 80% complete. And I completed it cheaper than I would have waited to find a complete one. Just a thought. But that's one of those things, like buying incomplete to complete them. You got to do your homework, because some stuff like the 94 Blockbuster, don't buy that incomplete because you'll never complete it. Stanley wants a couple Sky Strikers and a Night Raven.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go. Palatoy ATC.
Yes. Oh,
I have one. George Aiken was kind enough to send me the turret ring that I needed, and I'm still missing the missile rack. But what I did with my incomplete ATC is I took an APC turret and I tried to paint match it with some rattle can, and I took a scrap iron freaking missile launcher, and I made one, and I was like, this will suffice. But the rest of my ATC is perfect. I got repro stickers for it. It looks great. I was a Superpowers kid growing up. Any of you guys get into Superpowers?
I had them. I like the Secret Wars figures more. I was more Marvel.
Really?
Well,
Mikey's
I'm not
shaking his
saying
head
as
yes.
far as a toy goes, I know but that's all we had. So
Yeah.
I loved my Secret Wars guys.
But if you look at the play sets, like that weird
Yeah.
Doctor Doom play set, that
Sure.
it was kind of a half-ass effort. And then you look at the Superpowers play set, that Hall of Justice is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's a freaking
Very
awesome
beautiful.
play set. It looks like a Crayola explosion, but it works. And you can take crayons on the front and you can do the color transfers. Just Jeff needs a classified RAM and breaker, as I regret selling it. I think I have an extra RAM. I don't have a breaker, but I believe I have a RAM. Look at this. What'd you say you wanted, Will? Are you leaving? What are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm just leaving. It's 7.
Will
I just
Thomas
tripped over them. I was just like, oh, okay. I'm just gonna start painting. I'm gonna just buy these cheap, Fun School vamps, and I'll just start painting them.
Here's the thing about that. That yellow is a bitch.
I know.
The yellow is terrible. Mikey, how much fun is it to paint a bright yellow?
It's not great.
No, it's not.
It's
because
Not
like,
enjoyable at all.
streaks and light spots and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
blah.
When I did hardball, I had to use the Heat Viper torso and paint it white. It was awful.
Ugh,
Awful.
God. JLS is looking forward to the RoboSkull Mark II, like everybody
Yes.
else.
Oh my goodness, yes.
John and Mike, did you guys get in on the Mark II, the RoboSkull?
All in.
All in. Yep.
All in,
I-
and at least a dozen O-ring.
Oh yeah. I had the guys on one of my shows, and just talking to them about it, and I was all in for the vehicle, even though I have an original Palatoy RoboSkull, but I appreciated where they were going with like the update of something that's so classic like that.
Yep.
And then I saw this figure, and then I saw that figure, and then I saw this figure and that figure, and they just kept going. And they're like, oh, here's a Direwolf, and oh, here's a freaking camouflage, blah, 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 and everything. And then they showed that crazy Plo Koon mask for the RoboSkull. Such great stuff. I kept telling them, I keep bugging Ben, and I'm like, you guys could do a shadow track next, and it would be really cool. And he's like, I'm not saying anything to you. And I'm like, come on, just tell me. Come on, tell me. He's like, I'm not telling you.
You never know.
Yeah, you wink. You never know. David Roberts says, 86 Thunder Machine.
Thunder.
Did any of you get your hands on that the Soundwave Thunder Machine?
I
Did not.
just knocked the
The two
front grill
Kukoviches
off.
are like this.
I just knocked the front.
How
grill off.
about no?
No? You don't like it?
You crazy Dutch bastard.
It's a decent Thunder machine.
It is. I think it's
Not bad. It's my favorite one of the three. So
it's definitely my favorite of the
yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Bumblebee looks
it's a weird choice.
Bumblebee looks like an Off Striker in vehicle mode, but in bot mode, he's the only one that has metal parts. When you would think that Megatron would have some kind of metal parts on him, but no, he's just plastic. Megatron's head sculpt in bot mode looks fantastic right out of the animated series, but he works best in vehicle mode. And I think that Thunderwave is a good match of both bot and vehicle modes. And he's larger than the Masterpiece Soundwave, which I thought was kind of a ripoff. But he's like,
still
2
thought it
inches
was
taller.
a little weird that he has a cassette ejector. You know, he's a car, but okay, yeah, I don't know. It's
It's
kinda
just
hard,
don't turn the car over and you're fine. But when you
Yeah.
turn the car over and it's like bleh, and this little blue cassette just pops out of
Yeah.
it. We'll just say
Definitely
it's the
some
engine.
weird stuff about it, but yeah, I got it anyway.
Our good friend
Oh.
Ryan Laserpants, who called me a bitch, says he wants a Black Series skiff. Did they
Nice.
make those?
I don't know. Did they?
Oh,
They haven't cared for anything Hasbro's put out Star Wars and forever.
I don't know. George Aiken wants the Monster Squad Red Shadows. Completely agree. That the not red shadows, just like Will paid Ken real money.
I did.
Jeremy says Vanguard is my big want for the new year. Will, you can do that shit on screen, dude.
Yeah, we're doing it on screen.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Will. You think you're better than us? Huh?
Tell him what's up, Mikey. Come on.
Hey, what are you doing over there? Huh?
What do you I freaking just I need to have like one of those Italian proof screens, where like I don't hand talk and smash my microphone.
Need more
I think
space
Will
in
went
front
to
of you.
cry about all the SAS Panthers that George Aiken has. Yeah.
He's deeply hurt.
Danjamin Balake 905 says I want a Defiant or a Rolling Thunder. Michael, you're big on the 112 scale stuff. Did you see that that 112 scale Rolling Thunder that's making the rounds on social media?
I did.
That's impressive.
It's impressive. And one thing I thought was, you know what? I'm glad that there's not being one made because I don't have the space for that.
Mm-mm. The guy who produced my 1991 G.I. Joe train, he 3D printed a Night Raven in 112 scale, and he laid it on his queen size bed with his original Night Raven, and it took up the entire width of that queen size bed.
That's the color he needs to match.
And that's
Probably
a Night
who-
Raven.
I'd probably be sleeping with the Night Raven if they made one and I bought that.
On the couch because your wife would
Yeah.
boot you. Yeah. James Lucas wants the Mobile Command Center, technically a vehicle. Yeah, the G.I. Joe Tackle Box of Freedom.
It has wheels.
Actually, it has tracks,
No.
8 sets of tracks.
Yeah,
it
the
has
later
wheels.
one is far easier to get.
The what?
The later one, the Toys R Us one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one
Yeah,
I had, the 2003 one.
it's got Spy Troops on it, so that's like a 45% discount.
Well, I can't turn and show it anymore. because
Nobody likes it.
I had to put this freaking bookcase somewhere, but yeah, mine's way back there in the corner. It's not that expensive. They're not that hard
Yeah,
to find.
good playset.
As long as you don't get hung up on like, oh, what do you mean? Like this one at a decent price doesn't have that extra motor that goes on the hoist. Like if you don't care about that crap, see, he just falls. If you don't care about that crap, you can find them at a relatively good price. But But I'll almost guarantee you that your level number stickers will never be correct. They're always like this. They're always messed up. But Beta Ray says, I want to get an Iron Grenadier Razorback. Never had one when it originally came out.
Chet has 17.
Shut your face. Hold on. Let me check. No, I have a second one, but I was going to use it to make a custom of one of the Joe vehicles that Klingensmith put in volume 12. It's incomplete, Beta Ray. I'm sure you probably don't want it, but I do have a second one. It's just not complete. Big Bacon says there was a generic line that made a tractor trailer. I feel like my custom Big Bacon needs a rig. You should do that. Yeah. There's a lot of 1/18 scale stuff. Just go on Amazon and just doom scroll 1/18 scale vehicles. There's tons of them.
Even that Fortnite, they did that RC
Yeah.
18-wheeler. That thing was pretty sweet.
Yeah. And then Mo says, I want to find a nice vintage Millennium Falcon that
Oh.
doesn't make me go bankrupt.
Wish in one hand.
And
And shit in the other.
yeah, exactly. Cutthroat says, I like to have my collection of G.I. Joe vehicles, the septic tank. Yep. Mr. Vargo,
Yep.
you sent me a septic tank.
I did. It was missing the hose though.
I don't give a shit. It's right up there, dude. It's like I don't
Chad
care.
has no interest in hose. He has the ma'am.
Which is true. Yeah, no, that was a good one.
I thought it was great. That was good.
The septic tank's it's not too expensive, right? I went from none to two because Mr. Vargo here found me one and he sent it to me just as a gift, which again, thank you, my friend. And then Masterversal Toy Hunter in New Zealand found one. And Masterversal found me one first. And I was like, oh yeah, man, like I don't have one, you know, how much? And then I paid for the vehicle. Then I got to pay for the shipping from New Zealand. And I'm like, he's doing me a solid, you know, I think it's cool. And as that was in transit, Mr. Vargo here was like, oh, I sent you a septic tank in the mail. And I was like, okay. So I got Vargo's first. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Chad's toys are almost as well traveled as he is. Almost.
Yeah.
Getting there.
I've gotten,
Oh,
I mean,
the
aside from
Sky Raven. Oh, that is such a sweet looking vehicle.
It is.
yeah. The way that they
It looks nice.
played with the OD green and the black and the chrome on a lot of the Sky Patrol stuff, like I like the Sky Hawk because it's just minimal use of OD green, more chrome. But yeah, the Sky Raven's pretty rad.
It is.
But I have this problem with factions using each other's stuff. And I know Python Patrol and Tiger Force, that was the whole point of it, but
Yeah.
I don't want a Python Conquest. I really don't, because I like the original Conquest. I like that camouflage Conquest. That one's rad.
That's the best one.
Oh yeah, so Just Jeff is telling people to check out thrift stores. Okay, cool. Oh, look at this. We were just singing this guy's
Hey.
praises. Ace
Hey.
from Ramen Toys. What's up? Thank you
Ace.
for being here and Happy New Year. Brian says, I want a complete unbroken Night Striker.
Oh,
I found that Night Striker, that the one that I'm working on restoring, I want to say in like March or April. I still don't have all the parts for it yet. They're expensive. Just the missile arms, just those little right angle missile arms,
Yeah.
you're probably looking at like $50 for one.
yeah.
So I'm working on it, but find one because the Night Force stuff is fantastic. And again, thanks to Ace from Ramen Toy for hanging out with us. He probably heard our whole conversation and left by now. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with it. It's a lot. Kiwi
Oh,
Customs and
Thunderclap.
Collection wants a Thunderclap.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Thunderclap's fun.
Huh?
Thunderclap's a fun vehicle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's on the shelf right above my monitors. It's a very large vehicle, but it's definitely fun. And then Life Rant Antonio says, Chad, I used to have this video store I used to go to, and it's now a coffee shop. And of course, my wife wanted coffee. Yeah. Talking about in New York, probably.
Wow.
Let's see. Ted's here. Happy New Year, Ted.
Ted, Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah. Still scrolling, still looking. Anthony says, Chad, your background look like it's all lit in black light. No, it's
The painting.
red, blue.
Yeah. It's
That's all right.
not-
I'm going to change my room around a little bit. What are you guys looking forward to this next year? Any like short-term goals that you want to accomplish related to dollies and shelfies? Short-term? Anything? Somebody. Any of you?
Hey, I'm looking forward to delivering some product this
I'm looking
I'm
forward
looking
to your
forward
product.
you delivering some product, yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to moving out of this space, which is technically my dining room, and into my garage, making it a little workshop and studio, so I could, so you guys don't hear my wife cooking right there, and, and I can run these 3D printers and make some cool stuff. So yeah.
Has Carson given a release date? didn't think so.
Not that I know of, but there have been plenty of updates.
Yeah.
production updates, so.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, there's a lot of updates. Like I said, I'm in that chat with some of them, and it's just Masterson 42, my favorite Air Force officer ever. I want to get that rare articulated Chad figure complete with car ring head and punch and pie. Mikey, can you make that?
Can I make that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilhelm, will you print that for me?
Of course. Yeah.
He's going to
I mean,
come
my
complete with a video camera so he can get in for quick access before everybody else.
I'm down. Kentucky Inbred. I saw you come in and say Happy New Year. Sorry, says Chad and the other guys. What is your most favorite vintage GI Joe vehicle and figure? Mr. Vargo.
Figure I've always liked Beachhead, 86 Beachhead, but vehicle,
Solid.
That's hard.
it is hard because
Yeah,
it's like what era of vehicle? Like, because I love the 90s stuff, but the 80s stuff is good too.
It doesn't say a real American hero. It just says GI Joe. So if you want to say like the freaking Cobra ringneck from Spy Troops, man, let it fly.
Do it.
Do it.
I'll probably
Do
have to
it,
say-
Doug.
Do it.
I'll
Do
probably
it.
have to say the Detonator. It was the first vehicle I ever got.
Oh, nice. That's excellent.
Once
Yeah.
again, I got a box right there for you, dude. There's no detonator in
Great.
it. But you can have the box. Will?
So many, but yeah, that Rattler is probably my favorite. That's why I have so many versions of it. It's probably the one I have the most versions of. But you know what? Freaking Dragonfly, man. When I was a kid, me and that Dragonfly were, that was my favorite as a kid. Because first, I Vamp was the first thing I got. But when I got that Dragonfly, man, I just had the winch. I used to hook it on the Vamp,
Mhm.
pull it along. I used to take, my tactical battle platform. It had the little hooks on it, and string them up to my Dragonfly. I know I couldn't really lift it, but I can. And that was fun, man. I loved that thing. So I probably had the most fun playing with my Dragonfly, which I don't have the original, but I have. I was lucky enough to get someone's childhood collection, like through a friend of a friend. So I got his headquarters, his Dragonfly, his Sky Striker, everything
That's rad.
for, for a very good price. And,
The Tomahawk would easily lift the tactical battle platform. Easily. Mikey, what about you?
Well, as you know, it's Wetsuit and the Hydro Sled.
Hey,
It's Ripcord and the Whale for sure.
oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wetsuit and the Hydro Sled. And goodbye.
The
John,
Hydro
sir,
Sled.
what about you?
It's kind of a tie for me. I can't ever pick. When I was a kid, I had a squad, and those 4 characters, it didn't matter what happened. Those 4 guys
Yeah.
were always the main guys that I played with. but Airborne is probably my
Oh my god. Yeah.
all-time favorite. I love that sculpt. I love his file card, the description of him with the stare, the blank stare. I love that.
John Taltree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love his card art. My
Yeah.
God, that is
So
one
good.
of the best card arts they ever did. It's like action packed and without taking away. You see everything about the figure, but he's still in action coming down that rope. I love that. Then there's Ripcord, and I always loved Ripcord because as a kid I would buy that American Defense crap.
Yep.
And Ripcord doesn't have anything on him, so he would like have a full loadout. Whatever they had, whether it was the machine gun ammo or the holster set, or so Ripcord was the most versatile figure I had, and I always liked Gung Ho for some reason. I always thought he was pretty cool, but Ripcord and
hell?
Airborne are my favorites.
Nice choices. Yeah.
Very
Excellent.
cool. Well, obviously my favorite Joe is Low Light. Second would be Flash. Vehicle, probably the Whale. If I really had to like be hard pressed to pick one, it would be the Whale for sure. Vehicle, playset, it floats, it rolls. It's got a lot of play features. It's just a completely toyetic vehicle, and I freaking love it. Plus, you got the Night Striker, you got the unproduced Battle Corps Rangers version, and on and on. There's so many things that you could do with a Killer Whale. Stay there. I'm gonna put him in the Garfield pose. Yeah. And then Suka says, I really want to see Hasbro relaunch Modern 4-inch and dip into some newer style of vehicles like they did during Pursuit of Cobra.
That would be great.
John, did you
Once-
hear did you hear this stuff that Hasbro is going to relaunch the figure subscription service with the modern construction figures? John?
I did hear that.
I'm kind of looking forward to it, but
I
never
want,
really-
I want to look forward to it. I want to have faith in that. I'm terribly worried.
I'm my only concerns are when you buy into a figure subscription service, like you're locked into whatever figures you get,
Yeah.
right? We all know that, but Hasbro's they're completely risk adverse these days. They won't take risks. They're like, oh well, people want O-rings. Here, Super 7, you do them, right? You guys do this. Here, McFarlane, take that. Like all we're gonna do is legends, Star Wars shit that won't sell, and I just don't want to see them relaunch the figure subscription service and put another friggin' Snake Eyes. Like they need to do the older figure subscription service figures that nobody can find. Footloose, Law and Order, Dial Tone, things like that. Like those are the ones that I want to see because those moderns I don't have. I made customs of them. They're too expensive. But
I would like to see him redo those, but on the other hand, that dial tone figure they did is hot garbage.
there were several in the, Mikey, you and I have talked about this before. Like the last 2, maybe 3 years of the figure subscription, it was all like, hey, we're going to use that same chest rig with the machete over and over and over. Here it is in blue. Here it's in tan. Here it's in this. Oh, you want Spearhead and Max? Same stupid chest rig. And it's like they couldn't get away from that one piece of like load bearing equipment. And everything was just like repaint, kit bash, repaint.
Oh, you want payload? Best I can do is a repainted data pipe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the
Enjoy.
crazy collar. Yeah, enjoy that. Yeah, exactly.
I think unless Hasbro does something new and innovative, and it's just not, there are so many companies, independent companies, doing new IP, new ideas, new characters.
Mhm.
The vehicles, like I said, unless they update those vehicles and make newer versions like they did in Pursuit of Cobra, it's just not going to be. You've got Marauders, you've got Fresh Monkey Fiction, you've got Call Sign Longbow, Operation Recall, Delta 17, Strike Force Alpha. Like, I've got all the new characters. I got a whole year's worth, or even farther into 2025. So there's nothing I'm really looking forward to.
I got a Michael Bell First Sergeant figure from Chicken Fried Toys that I never even knew I wanted until I saw it, and I was like, now I need that figure. But Hasbro's not going to do something like that. They're just going to do the same crap over and over. They know it too. They know that they're like, these other toy companies that we thought were nobodies, like they're really kind of kicking our asses.
Are
They
these
know
going to be
it.
better? Are these going to be better than Marauders figures or better than Eagle Force figures? I don't know.
Yeah, judging by the Fang pilot, I'm going to say no.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. No.
So I'm going to spend my dollars on the independent toy companies that love what they make, and that's it.
Yeah. I will say that this Walmart Stalker is a damn good figure. Thigh swivel, the whole 9 yards, like the head sculpt is great. The camouflage is good.
Yeah, they were onto
is a
something.
good figure. The trooper, the officer, those are good figures. They have all the points of articulation. They don't look like ass. Like they were starting to do a really good job on those figures. And then
they did Screaming Duke.
yeah, like
Yeah.
of all the Dukes you could put out, you had to put out that Duke, and he still has the freaking harness for the jump with no jetpack. And I'm like,
somebody told whoever was in charge of picking the figures, they were like, people really like the 50th stuff, so just re-release those. And they pulled that goddamn 3-pack, and they're like, oh, well, they want this.
Oh yeah, okay.
Give us diaper crotch Duke. So
Well,
at the
and the
same
same thing
time,
with-
Hasbro is the dog that is shitting on the carpet, making direct eye contact with you because you will clean it up.
It's the same thing with the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Like they came in that Toys R Us 50th anniversary 2-pack, but they had the other heads. You take the Night Visor Snake Eyes, you put him on the version 1 card, but the 50th version came with the Commando head, and you're just like, nah, it'll be fine. They'll buy it. They'll buy anything. It's the same thing with that freaking Caramel Crunch classified Snake Eyes. Like, who asked for that? And then people are like, just give them a tan Snake Eyes. They'll buy it. Yeah, hell yeah. Chris from Cutthroat says, if it wasn't for Chad, thank you, I wouldn't have found some of the great finds like the G.I. Joe Phantom XC. He got that Phantom X19.
That Ghost
the
Rider.
original Ghost Rider figure. Thanks, Chad, for teaching me how to haggle with eBay buyers. That was all you, brother. But thank you. You're welcome. Whatever.
Chad, while Neon at Night is on pause, all these people are not. They're all missing out on the learning you were doing for them. I mean, every one of those shows, somebody's like, "I've never seen this figure. I'm going to buy one right now."
That was me when I saw this.
There you go. And that's a damn good figure.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, oh.
Now that would be a great candidate for the figure subscription service re-release. They did a good job with that.
With the freaking Robo Scorpion.
That's a nice.
That was rad. Yeah. One of my resolutions is to get Neon at Night back on track. It is something that Nick and I have been talking about, but Nick travels for work, and there's a lot of lead up work to a Neon at Night episode because so many of these figures and vehicles are stuff that people have never seen. I have to get images and turn them into PNGs and make slides and notes, and it takes days. And I kind of don't have the time, to be honest. Like when I know I'm going to do a Sunday stream, I make the thumbnail like Friday night after Jay and I stream. At Wednesday, half the time I'm like, oh, what am I going to do for Wednesday? And then I figure it out by like Tuesday morning. So
shooting from the hip.
It's not so much shooting from the hip. It's just more like what do I want to talk about, and what do I think people might be interested in? So, but it is one of my resolutions to bring back Neon at Night. I get so busy, man.
Oh yeah, we're all looking forward to it. No pressure, buddy.
Sure, because everybody gives me shit about it, which is funny because when I do a Neon at Night, and again, I don't look up here in the corner at how many people are watching, which I'm doing right now. Dude, Neon at Night's like 30 people watching. It's not a lot, but so many people are like, when are you going to bring that back? Not to mention I lost the intro. It's somewhere gone when I hooked up this the 2 terabyte external. I don't know where it went. So whatever. Suka says, give me a F-35 based jet like the Sky Striker and have it come with a Cobra UAP or something. With a snake alien, was once a man inside. Matt LaCroix can hook that up. I got to
Yes,
get one of
he
those
can.
moderns from him. I know that they're kind of hard to get a hold of now, but and then here, I think this is more for you, John.
Yeah.
Cutthroat wants your poster.
Oh yeah, just jump on eBay and search for original Firefox movie lobby poster.
You can't have that one. It's way too sentimental.
Search for John's Firefox poster that's not really John's, and you'll find one for sure.
Yep.
I just watched that movie again like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. I love that film.
Yeah.
I made my wife watch it, and she was like, "This movie's kind of slow," and I'm like, "It's supposed to be slow. It's an espionage film." And she's like, "When's the plane come in?" And I'm like, "Later." It's called Billy.
Not just an espionage film, but really one of the first films that delved into PTSD as a
I know,
real
yeah.
thing.
When he's in that bathroom stall,
Yeah, it has the full
I-
episode.
I feel for that dude every time he's in that
Yeah.
stall. I'm like, that part and the end of First Blood when Rambo just breaks down to Troutman about like all the stuff that he could do in the army and all of his friends and everybody who got left behind, and now he can't even be trusted to do this. And like, I'm not ashamed to admit it. That part always makes me cry, and I'm like, man, that is fucked up. And it,
From two guys that got shit for decades about not having range, they can pull some emotion.
right?
Yeah.
People always give Stallone kind of the shit end of the stick because like there's a lot of depth in Rambo as a character.
Mhm.
A lot. Like even when that girl gets smoked in the second one, like that whole thing, like he doesn't want to get close to somebody and he finally gets closer and she's like, "You take me with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll take you with me." Dead. You know, and then like next thing you know, he's jumping out of the mud. And you know, you gotta learn the hard way. So yeah. David Roberts, I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna say how old. David Roberts had to go. Thank you very much. Happy New Year from an hour
Happy
ago.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
And now I feel like a complete ass. Thank you for the $10 super chat, David Roberts. I really hope you catch this in replay. Thank you always for your support. And I hope you have a fantastic new year. And again, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry I'm late reading this. God, I'm a shitbag.
19 minutes. It's not a big deal.
It's an hour.
I know.
It's an hour. James from Ratface 44
Oh, James.
was here.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Everybody left because they weren't being acknowledged.
They are being acknowledged. I'm getting there. And then George Aiken says you have an original Action Force headquarters there.
Nice.
I do.
I'm gonna scan. I'm gonna scan
Oh.
the chat. Oh, and then I think this was for Mikey, Will, and myself. Don't feel bad. I love 1/12. Even I passed on the hiss. Master
don't feel
O'Connor, Happy New Year from New Zealand.
Happy
Wow.
New Year.
Happy New Year for you in the future of 2024. I hope the weather's good there. And our good friend Gaz is here. There's an Ace
Happy New
Hunter
Year.
just for you, my friend. I still got to get Gaz on, and he and I are going to do a whole stream just about Megaforce and how Megaforce is the best G.I. Joe story ever. We're going to do that.
That'll be great.
And then Ace from Ramen says, who wants to make tooling in China?
For play sets, hopefully nobody.
Yeah, hopefully nobody. Bear 11 Charlie says this to you, Mikey.
Yes, I am too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah, he
Okay,
sent me
did
a
you see
message
that?
about that. Oh, what are you reaching for?
You
Did
can't
see
see
it?
that. It's way too little.
Let me
Pull it out close to the camera.
what did what? Yes.
Megaforce. Nice.
Like a megaphone.
Which one is that one?
This is the US Army one.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know they redid this.
Oh yeah, there's
design on so much.
22 of them.
John, did you see my 118 scale Delta Mark
22
II?
variants.
Have you seen my bike?
I have.
I still got to finish the TACCOM. It's if you see this cardboard box that has never left, that's my TACCOM. I gotta finish.
I
it.
love Megaforce. When I was a kid, I thought that movie was awesome.
The best G.I.
It's
Joe
so
movie.
good. I still watch it all the time. I love that movie. Hillbilly says, I'm looking forward to Monster Force, Delta 17, Strike Force Alpha, Super 7, O-Ring, Joe's, and Call Sign Longbow, right? You better, because
Yeah, I think that part got
'Cause
cut.
now we have your screen name.
Now we know who you are.
it's a Hillbilly Harper from a podcast from the pit. So you
Yeah.
can send him some hate mail. And then Beta Ray Bob says, have you guys thought of licensing vehicles from another company like Lennard instead of having your own tooling and production done?
No, we haven't.
There you go. No. The answer is no.
We don't do that.
I like short answers. Brian Stevenson will be at DFW Joe Show driving up from Houston. I'm a little jealous that your drive is short, and by all means, you can't miss the space, man.
You'll
Yeah.
see the Hawaiian shirt long before that face.
Yeah, you'll see the Hawaiian shirts.
Hey, what were you saying about Bear 11's comment? Did you say you got a message or something from him?
Yeah, he sent me a message on Instagram, and he thanked me for like hooking me up with you, and and then some other personal stuff, and so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, he hit me up and I was like, oh, absolutely, I will do that for you.
Yeah, no, he's a totally awesome guy. Jim Smith said Bobby's budging on DFW, or it might have been the 5 shots last night. If we keep
Oh, I did
prodding
catch
him,
that.
Action Force might. I'm just saying, like, he could get his lackeys to drive all that crap
Yeah.
down.
I think Ryan even said, if it's not, if you're not going to just go and attend and
Yeah.
check the show out and see
Yeah.
it. And
Just come
And I
and
think he's-
attend. Yeah, like
yeah, just fly in for the weekend,
It's too late to have an exclusive or anything like that anyway, and he's doing an exclusive for a later show in the Georgia area. But
Well, he's talking
around
about
like
maybe just
September time frame, I didn't say that, but
he's talking about maybe just going out of spite just because it's the same weekend at this point as Joe
Wow.
Fest.
why not go? Like, Masterson's going to be there. I'm going to be there. These two awesome dudes are going to be there. A bunch of people are going to be there. The old Hasbro team guys that know Bobby are going to be there. Like, whatever. I mean, you can't.
The last time we saw those guys together was the last Joe convention.
Yes, the last JoeCon. And it's like all of them, dude. It's like all of them.
Yeah.
Every time DFW kept announcing another one, I was like, damn. And Daryl DePriest. Like, it's not even just the ARAH guys. Like, you got Daryl DePriest there.
And
Mhm.
more. I mean, it's 6 months away. There is no telling what Greg is going to pull out of his sleeve.
I cannot wait. I
So-
cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean he is dead determined to make this show.
Look,
Whoa!
And so-
What was that? What was that?
that was
Rude.
me actually scratching.
Rude.
No, I wasn't giving you this. I was literally scratching. Yeah, Jim Smith, we'll keep bugging him. But that being said, do I appreciate Joe Fest? Yes. Do I think that Ed and therefore Joe Fest in general have made some questionable, borderline stupid decisions or indecisions that have hurt Joe Fest? Yes. If that freaking drama didn't go down, I'd be going to Joe Fest. That's all there is to it. But I'm going to DFW instead.
Yeah.
Not because the drama went down, that's part of it, but also look at all the guests going to DFW. Like, DFW is getting everybody to come in, and most of them are coming from freaking Rhode Island.
Yeah.
They're going further to go to DFW. So obviously Greg's doing something right that Ed is just, I don't want to say doing wrong, but he's not doing.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody knows this, but Greg had booked that weekend and started asking
Yep.
people to come to that show.
Agreed.
When Mikey and I went to the DFW show this year, he was already talking about that, and he didn't understand why Ed was talking about changing his weekend because he
I'm-
purposely made it weeks before the Joe Fest.
And I'm fully aware of that. I actually got in an argument, shocker. I got in an argument with somebody who was, well, why did DFW put their show on the same day? And I was like, that was Ed and the freaking city council in Augusta. That had nothing to do with DFW. DFW's date for 24 was set before Ed and Augusta and all of
Yeah.
them set their shit on the same weekend. And the same thing happened 2 years ago in 2022 with SoCal Joe Show and Joe Fest, where Joe Fest parked it on SoCal's date.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that's Ed's fault, because I know for a fact that he's had challenges back and forth with the Marriott, the convention center, and the city planners backup Ed, but they have like a lot of back and forth kind of tug of war. But regardless, Joe Fest has been notorious for parking on other people's dates. And that's just the reality of it. But
It is what it is. You know, I mean,
be what it be, my friend.
yeah, man. We were going to DFW regardless. The ours had nothing to do with anybody else. Troy's gonna be at Augusta. We'll
Okay.
be at DFW.
And
Spreading the love, baby.
We're still working on getting Matt and Jason to switch, right? We're still working on that. You and I need to work on that.
We'll work on that.
Jim Largo's looking forward to this movie in 2024.
Oh yeah,
You and me both.
that's like
buddy.
the Spanish Inquisition.
Isn't that the Nicolas Cage Drive Angry? Isn't that what that would be?
Well, you need to be parked. I don't want you driving while you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Unless you just want to record your way down to Dallas, then that could work.
Did you see that super mega 40-minute car rant I did on the way to Joe Fest? I took it down. When I found out that I was accidentally AWOL, I took it down.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because I was like, I don't think I want to like push this any further. So I'm gonna quietly remove this. And then when the smoke cleared, I just put it back up. But and since I'm an a-hole and I'm this far behind, yeah, Gaz says the leader of the visitors was named John. I'm getting there, dude. I'm getting there. Masterson says it's now 7:21.
7:21? No.
It's actually 7:06. So I went into the future. Let's see what time you read this. Yeah, I'm 45 minutes late on reading this. I'm sorry. And then apparently you stole Patrick's job. Master O'Connor says, so rumor has it Night Raven is being released at some
Is that
stage.
right?
Is this true? Yes. Night Raven, Killer Whale, and the usual suspects. That was the word. So
So that's gonna be a stinger.
Hazelab?
They've already done the vamps, so they're just gonna.
well,
Gonna be a
no. This is
Hazelab
118 scale stuff.
Oh,
118. They're re-releasing 118 scale stuff. Reissuing the classics is how it was worded to me
oh.
by the dude who was on the chopping block with the other 1,100 people who decided that his NDA didn't mean shit anymore. So thanks. And then apparently everybody's going to make fun of me. You can fucking try to make fun of me all you want. It
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Everybody comes after punk rock chuckles.
Am I punk rock chuckles? Who calls me that? You? That don't mean shit.
I was like, he's the guy that looks like punk rock chuckles, and they're like, oh, okay.
It wouldn't be bald punk rock chuckles?
No, that's irrelevant information. Chuckles' hair looked like a wig anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. Has anyone made a custom Rattler out of that TJ Maxx Air Force A10? It has Rattler style gunning position. It just needs a canopy, guns, paint job, stickers. So I have one, and Suka actually sent me a kit that kind of deletes that open gunner position and turns it into like an in-air refueling port. And then he sent me better landing gear so it makes the height of the vehicle more accurate. And I'm going to turn that into a no shit A10 with the dark gray, light gray combo, but I'm still going to Cobra it up. But again, like Will and I were discussing, it's behind this desk in my top 10 projects that I never got to in 2020. I'm working on it. So.
I still have one of the knockoff A10s that I just never finished making the winter version because that's what I wanted.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of people in the future, Tony from Analog Toys, Happy New Year, Tony, says, my holy grail this year is some dignity for the buck, right? Absolutely. I can't agree with that anymore, even though I'm like a half hour late reading that.
Good luck, mate.
Half hour. Yeah.
No, but he's 100% right on that statement right there, because some people have been getting out of control lately, like stalkers and just like flamers, people who like they join your channel just to like make personal attacks and stuff like that. Like the last couple months have been really bad, really bad. And I really want to see all that shit stop. But yeah. Anyway, thank you, Tony, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I hope
Happy
you and
New
the
Year,
Milton
Tony.
Happy New Year.
have a great New Year. And yeah, see, even Masterson agrees and says, you know, that won't happen, but it should. It should freaking happen because a lot of
It
people
really
are getting away with being too stupid. Catching up. I'm catching up. Oh, George Aiken sent me a picture.
Oh,
Is he showing off his Panthers?
yeah.
Oh.
He's probably laying down, like just in like a
Should I look?
pile.
I imagine it's a recreation of the Burt Reynolds spread, but it's just covered with Panthers.
Okay, I don't know how well my camera's going to pick this up. Did you see all those moutons? He sent me a bunch of carded moutons. George, man, you're the freaking best. That's ridiculous. Oh, and then Brian said that Ryan hopes that they make a Black Series skip.
Oh,
Lord Palpatine's here from a half hour ago. Thank
Happy
you for
New
being
Year.
here, Lord Palpatine. I have 34 what? Did I say I had 34 of something?
I think that was when you were talking about Razorback.
34 minutes before you answer a chat.
Probably.
That's
I'm
conservative.
like the DMV. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I do the best I can. But yeah.
You can take a number, but it really
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. We'll probably get to you. Yeah. But anyway, thank you for being here, Lord Palpatine, and Happy New Year. Jeremy Kerr said, I love my MCC, put it together for about $80.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that hard to find.
And I like his Sesame Street playset and his little photo there, his icon with Sergeant Slaughter coming out of the door. Right? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is that Sesame Street? I
Uh,
think Sergeant Slaughter.
it looks like Sesame.
It does look
I don't know.
I think it
And
is,
then
yeah.
Big Bacon is asking if I'm the American version of George Aiken. I don't know.
I don't know if there's an American version of George Aiken.
I don't think there is another version of George.
I don't think Chad has quantities of that magnitude of anything.
No. Unless you're talking his tanks.
Okay, well, his tanks, but not the same. Those are different.
Yeah.
Or they're customized. So
Yes. But I still have 55 his tanks.
there's only one George.
There's only one George. Yeah, that's all there's to it. Stinky Cat Butt, one of my favorite usernames. Thank you for being here. Says Happy New Year. Don't mean to get in your face. Do you think we will get a swamp sled after the Cobra Ferret from Hasbro? You're talking about classified scale? Ferret, Stinger, SMS, MMS, Vamp Mark II, Snowcat, Thunder Machine, Classified, HasLab, Rattler. That's the list off the top of my head. But again, I don't collect that shit, so that's just what I'm told.
I mean, it seems like it's in the size of something they would do.
Well, all that stuff is on the list that I was given. That's for sure. I don't know if that's the entirety of the list, but that was on my list. I like this comment from Matthew. I wish someone would remake the Gay Toys Laser Force vehicles.
I do
Have you
too.
guys,
Yeah.
have you guys
I
seen
did a
how much
whole-
those go for?
I did a whole show on them. I actually picked up a set for not too much, and I just have to remodel some of the lasers for the side. So I'm
Those are
working on that.
expensive as hell right now.
Some of them are. Yeah, there's like a troop transport one with like a
Yep.
opening back. That one's really pricey, but the just the main like land vehicle and the the two-seater where the pilot sits backwards. It's got two canopies.
Mhm.
It's
You're,
that thing's
you're talking
awesome.
about the laser, the
Yeah,
Laser
I
Force.
picked
jet
it
with
up.
the
I
bubble?
picked up a set for under $20. They were missing a couple pieces. Yeah,
No
yeah.
way. I looked up that.
I did a
freaking-
whole show on them. Yeah, I did a whole weekend show on it. I wish they would come back. They're amazing.
I do too. I thought they were great when I was a kid. They were.
Someone picked up those Timmy Toys stuff a couple years ago, and Cotswold Collectibles had them.
Yep.
They were really expensive. They had the Jeep and then the truck, the military truck with the covered bed.
Yeah.
but they were like $50 each, and they were the same blow molded molds. They even did the Timmy Toys base.
That
But-
base is freaking awesome.
It
I
is.
know, but it's $100, and
I
you
know,
can connect
yeah.
4 of them. They're super cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, they came back, but they were really expensive.
Yeah,
so-
I almost pulled the trigger and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
but if I want it like a complete base, that's a lot of money. And I was like, I'll just go get
Yeah.
my kid connection shit and just repaint it. Jason Evangelista, happy new year and thank you for being here hanging out with us. So, and then James Lucas says, so when the shitter's full, you have 2 backup septic tanks. Actually, I have 1 backup when the first one's full. So yes, it's ipso facto. Troll Painting Mini says, I grew up with Spy Troops and Valor versus Venom, so I would love to finally have a Crimson that Crimson Command
Yep.
Copter. And then when they redid it, what was that? That was Comic-Con, right? When they redid it? Or was JoeCon? Joe Club? JoeCon.
I don't remember.
Well, the Crimson
They-
Command Copter was the Night Attack, the 2002. It was like the
Yeah, the
it was
green
like a
and
desert
black.
color. There was a night color, and then there was
No. It wasn't this. You're talking about this?
I think
No,
they
it
redid that.
wasn't this.
They redid that one.
Yeah,
Came
yeah.
with Tomax and Zaymot.
In suits, I'm pretty sure.
And all
What's
the
the-
all the
what's
parts
the
are
smaller
redone to be
one?
snake themed.
There's a Crimson Command Copter that they did for JoeCon that's a little smaller than that, and the guns go out at 45-degree angles.
No, not that one. It's that one that you have, Chad. But they redid like the rotor blades have snakes on them. The guns
okay.
have snake.
They're scaled and
motifs.
they're gold.
It was sweet. The figures were kind of shitty, but
You know, the
Yeah.
weird thing is this desert camouflage one, it came in the box for the black one. So when I got the box and I was like, yeah, and then I turned it around, I was like, this isn't the black and green one. What the hell? So I mean, whatever it is, what it is. Samuel Edwards, what is up, my dude? Happy New Year and thank you for being here.
Happy New Year, Sam.
And since I'm still far behind and I gotta read them anyway, Brian says Killer Whale and Snake Eyes version 2 with Timber.
Oh, yeah, solid choices.
Solid
Jim
choice.
Smith says Snowcat as an upstate New Yorker.
I love
Yeah.
Snowcats.
Well, Jim, you can decide if you're going to pull the trigger on the classified Snowcat or not when that pops
I
up.
will.
Photo Viper, Happy New Year and thank you for being here, my friend.
Happy New Year.
Really
New Year.
appreciate it. And then Gaz loves Shockwave and the Mauler. The Mauler is such a
Ooh.
beautiful tank.
Shockwave's a good figure
Good
too.
face.
Yeah.
I love Shockwave's awesome.
There you go, right there. Stick a Picard head on Cobra Officer. You have Joe Fest Chad. Kind of true, right?
Done.
Kind of true. Will, remember the first story you told me about us and Joe
Yeah.
Fest?
Yeah, I might be in the video. I was taking a video, but you know that mezzanine where the elevators are, right outside there's a little like table you could sit down with, and I had my whole hall for the day, and I was sitting there. I had it all spread out on the table, and I was filming it and talking. And yeah, you and the ma'am either came to get on the elevator and go down to the show, and this is me. I didn't know you then, but you were dressed as,
Was he the officer?
yeah, as the officer, and she was so I'm just filming you, and I'm like, interesting. And then I found out it was Chad.
We got in the elevator.
Yeah. And I said, I watched you go in an elevator in the chat, and then Chad's like, yeah, okay.
You what? A what?
You were dressed up.
A what?
heard
Apparently,
him.
we're playing. Is it fireworks or gunshots? A little early in
Yeah,
Albuquerque
yeah.
tonight. So,
It's
could you hear it?
fireworks all day.
It might be an insurrection. You might have a Red Dawn situation over there. You
Nice.
might want to take a peek.
I'm good.
Grab
I'm good where
grab
I'm
the Hawaiian shirt. The Boogaloo has begun.
at. Yeah. My freaking fast helmet's right in there. My body armor's in there. Hawaiian shirts and the rifles are in the other room. I'll just be like, oh, we're gonna do this.
The man pulls up in a Humvee. Get in, loser. We're Boogalooing.
Yeah. Moon's out, goons out. All right. And then we're just, then it's on. Figure Fever, thank you very much. Sends a $2 super chat and says, just came home. Happy New Year, gentlemen. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New
I've been
Year.
watching a lot of Figure Fever stuff lately. It's pretty good. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
he's putting out good stuff.
Speaking of New Year's,
Oh, Zazel.
another person
Happy
in the
New
future from Australia, our good friend Zazel from Sergeant Slaughter Slaughterhouse. Thank you for being here, Zazel. I'm only 20 minutes behind now. I'm getting there.
Year. Yeah.
I'm getting there. Whatever. Ooh. What is all of your least favorite 80s figure of G.I. Joe? 86 sci-fi doesn't count. Well, I wouldn't say 86 sci-fi because I got him sitting right here on the shelf.
Hey, yo.
He's a badass.
I like sci-fi.
Yeah.
I do too.
I mean, he's no Flash, but
no,
he's
he'd never
also-
be Flash.
Okay, what's your worst 80s Joe? Not 90s Joe, 80s, because the man says 80s.
Crystal Ball.
Yeah.
Huh?
Slash Raptor. Fuck those guys.
Crystal Ball / Raptor?
Yeah.
Mikey, that's why I love your father.
Yeah. We share a lot of similar beliefs.
Yeah.
I'll also go one step further and say all of the dreadnoughts can get right fucked.
Oh
What?
Even
God.
Monkey Wrench
What?
Even Nagaheim?
Every one of them.
Really?
can
Every
get
one of
right
them.
fucked.
Whoa.
Half the
Zartan can
viewers just
stay.
left.
But the Nox are gone.
Mr. Vargo, what's your least favorite 80s Joe?
You know, I never liked Lightfoot.
Okay.
I'll take that. That's a
Fair
good
bait.
one.
All right.
Lightfoot
Will?
was like,
Globulus. I never liked him.
Ooh.
I don't like him.
Even though it's Burgess Meredith.
I like the voice acting, but I don't like Globulus. I didn't like any of the Cobra Law stuff. So
I like the voice acting of Unicron, but I think the idea of Unicron is just dumb. Least favorite 80s Joe? Oh, okay. So
oh, does it have to be a Joe? Because I guess that's Cobra.
no,
that's what I did. I did
80s
Joe.
figure. It says figure of G.I. Joe.
yeah.
I'm
I do
gonna
not like
say it's a tie between all of these. Raptor,
Big Boa.
Big Boa, Crystal Ball,
Oh yeah, Big
Chuckles.
Boa. I don't like Big Boa.
What was the last one?
Chuckles.
Chuckles?
Chuckles.
Chuckles can eat my ass. I freaking hate Chuckles.
I didn't hate.
I loved the idea of him, but Miami Vice was on TV, so
Yeah.
Mo says, I bought a bright pink neon Chuckles because of Neon at Night.
I bought an eel version too because Neon at Night.
Give me Mace. I don't need Chuckles.
With a freaking Robo Barracuda. Not
Yeah.
Top Goon is in the house.
Hey,
Happy
Happy
New Year, Not Top Goon. Good to see you. Jeremy Kerr says, I'm having a psychic vision. I'm not going to make it to midnight. Good night, everyone, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh, and look, he's still here. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being
Not
here.
now, but
Yeah, not
I
now.
read the other thing.
Oh, and look, Steve's Toys is here. Happy New Year, Steve, and thank you for
Oh,
being
Happy
here.
New Year.
Spoiler alert, Steve, your train made it in my top 10 pickups of 2023, which will be out tomorrow morning. Yeah. And then as of 23 minutes ago, Gas says, let's do a Megaforce show. We're gonna do it, man. Bear 11 Charlie says Megaforce is a great classic movie, 100%.
or
Did you show off the train? I have shown off the train. I haven't shown it off on this stream because that's a lot of pieces parts to pick up one by one. But yeah.
You are going to do a video on it, right?
I'm going to do a dedicated video for the train.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Steve, that
stuff.
was top
in
notch
my-
work.
Chad, I do have boxes full of plastic G-scale track, like multiple boxes of it, and I will send them to you so you can set up a track.
Sweet, you're the man. Thank you.
There he goes.
there it goes.
So yeah, so Steve's Toys printed me a version of the unproduced 1991 G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero train. And, you know, everything works. This is obviously the caboose, right? This is the back end of the train, and it has all of the play feet. It's not supposed to be manipulated like this, right? But it has all of the play features, right, that came with it. There's the little rotor, right?
Cool.
And then when you, right, because it's sealed up like that, you kind of pick it up and turn it. And then when you turn it this way, and I'm trying to not make the roller go flying, but then when you open the ramp, the roller comes out. Right.
Sweet.
And it's the same roller that came with the Rolling Thunder, the little recon sled. But it's kind of tricky because the way they designed the train is that it opens from either end. So while you're trying to pull the ramp down, the roller just goes like out of the ass end. But This train is fantastic. It's got 5 massive cars, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm one of only 2 people that I know of that owns a physical representation of that train, thanks to Steve's Toys. And then I almost knocked the Rover out again. Mr. Madga says, Happy New Year's Eve to distinguished guests and all watching. Happy New Year's. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And then Steve's Toy says, well, Happy New Year to all of you. Got to get going here in a few minutes. Thanks for being here, Steve. I did see your message that you were here. So, and then Mo says, it's still 6:07 for me. Let's see if Chad reads this before it's 6:07 for him.
Not bad. Yeah. 18 minutes.
But I'm an hour ahead of you.
Yeah, that's not
I don't understand. Yeah. Unless I read it tomorrow morning. Punk Rock chuckles. Mikey thinks he's funny, but apparently Punk Rock chuckles is awesome.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's not a slide.
Uh-huh.
I have plenty of those.
Do you?
Not for you, buddy.
Oh, well, let's hear one. You got
It's all
one?
for
You
you.
funny guy?
Some people think so.
Let me hear the voice.
You want to hear the voice? I was tempted when John was talking about space. I was going to bring up Space Force, but it didn't.
New branch.
Superior because it's in space.
I love it. I love it every time you do that, man. It's so good. And then Jimmy Purvis says, I can catch up on all these projects after my ETS. I'm not ETSing, good sir. I'm friggin' retiring. Huge difference. ETS means they can pull me back in times of conflict. Retirement, no, can't touch me. Looking at your shirt and keep thinking that figure is a picture on it. Wondering why it isn't moving. Oh,
That's good, Mark.
well, yeah, because you see
Well,
like
the lines are kind of coming
the
out.
little movement lines are coming out of this. No, it's his tank. Yeah.
Although if your microphone was like see-through, it would look like he was just grappled onto a his tank.
Yeah. What is the best Joe vehicle besides the Flag Defiant or Whale? See, so he kind of just cut our knees right out from under us because I'm just
Yeah,
going
he
to
took
say
away the
Whale.
easy ones.
Yeah.
I don't say that the Flag is a vehicle, personally.
I'm still going to say Dragonfly because you could handle it with one hand. It's got the winch. The
Yeah.
rotors work. I mean, like if you're recreating like play scenario with a vehicle, you could do it all with that. It's pretty awesome.
I think the Defiant is it's a
Vehicle slash
it's a
playset.
massive achievement, but
Yeah.
owning a Defiant, you see how much it buckles under its own weight, and you see like the crawler tracks like they just want to give out, and
Yeah, you can't set it on its wheels. You got to put 2x4s underneath it to get the pressure off of them.
yeah, that one over there, it's sitting on a freaking slab of 3/4 inch plywood. So yeah, absolutely. Aside from one of those,
Tomahawk's probably up there for me,
Oh yeah.
and I've always been a big fan of the Wolverine.
aircraft, I'm gonna say Ghost Striker X-16.
That makes sense.
Ghost Striker's awesome.
Water, since I can't say the Whale, I'm gonna say the Shark 9000.
Oh,
And-
technicality.
The Shark 9000, I think, is a rad vehicle. And hubba, money.
How
I'd
is
have
it
to
not
go Mauler.
history right now?
The Slaughter's Marauders Equalizer tank,
Oh,
which isn't really a tank. It's more of an anti-aircraft vehicle, but the Equalizer's freaking awesome. I love that thing.
yeah.
Yep, and I would go with Mauler. So
The Mauler's sweet.
Sergeant-
Yeah, it's
Sergeant
that's a-
York Light. Chad.
Well, I mean, with the Equalizer and the Mauler, they're the same
Yep.
hull. It just has
Yep.
something different on whatever. It's fine. It's all fine. Gay. Just because I could. Sorry.
They really
HGC says, arrived just in time for the gay toys. What's up? You did. And I'm
Yeah,
trying.
they are
furiously-
called American Plastic Corporation now too. So if you want to Google them, because Googling when I was doing research for the show I did on Gay Toys Inc., you just gotta put the ink. Always put the Gay Toys Inc.
Look at
when you're
Mike's
searching for
face.
them.
It's like,
Don't expect Google to know what you're talking about. Just
They
put the
made so many toys in the 70s
Oh,
and 80s of cars,
absolutely
and
amazing. They've got
soldiers and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
really have a huge library of things that they did.
Alec, thank you for the $5 super chat and says, I almost wasted $5 to ask what the fuck was up with Skidmark. But when I rewound the video and learned the answer, now I don't have to spend the $5 weight down.
oh
Well, thank you for the $5 super chat. Skidmark's already got his New Year's going.
Yeah, now you can get a good look at his T-bar.
And then there you go, right there.
Rattler is going to be done. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because nobody trusts me when I say it. You wait for somebody else to see.
Sources.
Screw you, Mike. Yeah. HGC says, I still have my F-15 from Gay Toys. I'd love to find a
Nice.
cockpit. There's
Hatch.
a couple jokes in there, right? There's a
Yeah.
few jokes in there.
The cockpit of the Gay Toys.
That one is very expensive. When I was researching it, that
Yeah.
F-15 is pricey, no matter what level of completion it's in. I can only find very few pictures of it.
And then Life Rants Antonio saying, turning in for the night, gents. Check out Life Rants podcast. Take care. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Have a
Happy
safe
New
one.
Year.
And I will definitely check it out as soon as we are done. HGC says, I've got the Crimson Command chopper that is a repaint of the Night Strike. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking of a totally, it's got the same freaking name though. It's got the same name. I literally don't want to go through Kavanaugh's books right now and find it. I would love a modern version of classic Battlestar Galactica. Oh man.
That would be
A
fun.
Cylon Raider. And what was the fighter?
It was called the
Viper.
Viper. Yeah.
Viper. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. Thank you. Colonial Viper. Hey, yeah. Those would be fantastic in 1/18 scale. I know that Michael from Retro Blasting showed some 1/18 scale Vipers that somebody had made.
Yeah, I think that was Joe Dickerson. And yeah,
Was it?
I think
You're
so.
the one that said
think
you're
so.
not good with names. Here you are busting out names.
Well, I met him, and but it might not have been
Oh.
I think when I meet someone in person, I remember their names. It's just these internet names,
Unless you're just taking video of them walking into an elevator.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you were dressed up at a show. It wasn't like I was just.
I would have come over and hung out.
Oh,
He loves to watch
I
you
stop
spread.
and have time for everyone who's dressed up like freaking Din Djarin at every con, and they're like, "Hey, let's take a picture." And I'm like, "Fuck off, Star Wars nerd," but which I don't. And I'm like, "Yeah, you and your stupid little Grogu and your European man purse or whatever." Steve's Toy said, "I made a snowcat for anyone who wants one in classified scale. It's amazing and has working tracks."
Oh wow.
That is true. I've been talking to Steve about getting him on a show to just talk about like how he designs stuff and how he prints it and like the challenges of printing toys in that scale. Because people always say, "Oh yeah, I'd love a classified scale Night Raven," till you see one, and then you realize just like how stupid it is.
Unless you're collecting like Cave is like an airplane hangar.
It's dumb.
You can't do that much classified.
I'm not saying it's not impressive, but like this to me is going back to we're putting square pegs in round holes. You're taking a world building scale, you're doing away with the world building scale just to make your dollies bigger, to come up with a whole world of excuses like, well, our eyes aren't as good anymore and our hands are bigger. And I'm like, A, I have giant mitts. B, I wear glasses. C, I don't want to hear your bullshit, you know? And then we want the company that hates us to make these vehicles in this scale for us. And it's like, just stay with 1/18. Just don't bother. Anyway, Bacon says, if I go to DFW, I'm bringing my carded Screaming Duke. Who's going to autograph that? Daryl DePriest? Maybe. He was the brand manager at that time, wasn't he? Yeah. Or wait, was that Mark
No,
Webber?
I don't think he was.
Mark Webber. Yeah, that was Weber.
He
For
could just
Super
hold it
Bowl
up and
50th?
say, "Who's responsible for this?"
Well, if it's the carded one, it'd be the single release, right? So it would have been after Weber too.
Okay, if he's talking about the Walmart one, that's fucking Emily.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Emily at anything other than San Diego Comic Con because, you know, that's all I'm going to say about that. And then Steve's Toys sends a $3 super sticker. Thank you very much, Steve. And I don't see a sticker, but I'm sure it's
The super sticker.
Super.
I'm sure it's on YouTube, and I bet you it's hilarious. So thank you. That one's for you, Will.
I just don't like them. I mean, if you like them, that's great. I'm happy for you.
Dude, we're gonna straight fight right now.
You know what? Okay, I will tell you this. Grunt, I always thought he was kind of weird looking. So he was always the guy that died first. Like, when I was playing, Grunt would always go down.
Grunt's the freaking face of G.I. Joe, you heathens.
No, but he was always my least favorite guy.
And that's okay, right? It's, I'm totally just kidding.
Like, but he would always eat it first, and I'd be like, "All right, he's out of the."
I mean, you could say Lowlight sucks ass, and I won't care. It's
No,
totally
I
fine.
love Lowlight.
We all have our opinions. But
When I got him, I was.
it's funny because
so
Grunt
into
was
it.
the face of Joe for many years before Duke. It was Grunt.
I was
Um,
gonna say Grunt because I thought it had to be a GI Joe, and then
You were gonna say Grunt was your least favorite?
Yeah.
I was
And then
gonna
I said
fire your
Galactus.
ass right out of here.
because I'm telling you, he used to be like cannon fodder.
And
I'd
then
be like,
Steve hated Battle Force 2000.
yeah, I didn't hate them, but I see what people's
And see, I like Danjamin very much. Likes Chuckles. I hate Chuckles. We're still cool. It's fine. It's all well.
Chuckles was also like a grunt though. When I was a kid, he would eat it real quick. Like he'd always be, But I did like the storyline with him, and it made me appreciate him.
Did someone say Crystal Ball? Yeah.
Yes,
This guy,
So,
this guy, and this guy all said Crystal Ball sucks.
I don't think I even owned it. I may have had the opportunity. I was like, nah, it's all right.
No,
I
no
don't
way.
want that one.
I'm like, I don't need this Vincent Price looking weirdo running around in a military operation. Stupid. Payne's Toy Sample says, Happy New Year. Hope everyone has a safe and happy one. I hope you
Oh,
do too. Thanks for hanging
Happy
out with
New
us.
Year. Yeah.
The guy in the cereal box. Guy in the cereal box.
Oh, Starduster, right?
What a oh yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, they're
I
supposed to be
didn't-
doing a classified Starduster.
Ah.
The only way to do either way,
They're
he's
going to
be a
use
kickback.
Duke parts or Rakondo parts.
All the above, and they're probably going to use the M79 thump gun from the retro Gung Ho. And
Can we just get a multi pack that's just all the variations of Starduster?
Starduster.
Oh, I might just buy that.
maybe they'll do that with Steel Core. Steel Core. When they did the moderns, for a while after they lost Steel Brigade, they called it Steel Battalion, and now they're at Steel Corps. Because I know that they lost Steel Brigade, and then Bobby rightfully bought it, and then they were calling them Steel Battalion for like a minute, and now they're Steel Corps. I don't know why they just didn't keep calling them Steel Battalion.
Maybe someone bought Steel Battalion too.
Probably.
That is probably exactly what happened. They assumed it was free. They used it. They were probably in talks with somebody and thought they could buy them out, and that other person didn't budge because it was for a game or something else. When you do those trademarks, you sometimes try to blanket and do more than one sector because you don't know what your line is going to end up having. So you might throw action figures in there, and they were just like, "No, I'm not changing it."
Yeah, that's actually
It does happen. I mean,
Yeah.
in trademarks, trust me, I had Space Force first, but once Trump started saying that word, I got the suspension letter from the trademark people.
No, really?
No hard feelings, John.
Yeah,
No hard
there's still
feelings.
hard feelings. Yeah, I get one every few months reminding me that it's still suspended.
Oh my goodness! By the way,
We're gonna make it bigger.
It's gonna be huge.
Oh, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Suka says least favorite Joe is Sneak Peek.
Yeah.
Because it's Owen King.
Yeah, thanks, Steven.
Don't you dare talk bad about Vincent Price. I'm not talking about
I'm just
Vincent
waiting
Price.
since
I'm
the
talking about
government
the
has
figure-
that. You gotta glare.
What? Throw it up.
Go up higher.
Oh, here.
I'm a freaking astronaut, y'all. Check me out. The suit is balls.
I'm gonna take on China.
I'm gonna do it with a freaking ray gun.
So I made that in retaliation for him giving me the suspension letter.
It's so great.
I'll still make a Space Force action figure.
love it. I can't wait to see you guys again in June. It's gonna be a blast. Hal Jordan said, "How dare you, Chad? Raptor is a national treasure."
Okay.
Really? And then
To
Gab
to no nation is Raptor a treasure.
no.
I
Gab
can't
says-
wait till they do classified either. That's $35 I won't have to spend.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's gonna be
And I
number
buy all
400.
of them, and I really don't care about that.
No. Least favorite Joe figure, Ace, only because of the flight suit. Yeah, I can get behind that. Ace version 3 is like the perfect representation of Ace for
That is the perfect.
Yeah.
for any vehicle. Like just Ace version 3 and all of them. Like there you go, you're done. Brian Stevens says Megaforce by Kenner.
No.
No. Maybe
Brian, they're talking about the movie.
the
The
movie.
movie.
I was. I really want to say this. I can't say this.
Do it anyway.
Hydra Hordak. Thanks for the evening, gentlemen, and happy New Year to all. Health and prosperity. Thank you very much. I need to learn how to say that.
Happy New Year.
Troll Painting Minis for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. And I'm not even 20 minutes behind on this one.
Oh, nice.
Sent you a picture of that Crimson Copter on Instagram. Yeah, thank you. I had the Night Attack and loved it. Valor versus Venom was good enough to get me into Joe as a kid. This thing is completely toyetic. Lights, sounds. It's got the freaking the rotors work with the trigger here in the back.
Yeah.
The lights come on. Like it holds 3 in the cockpit. It holds 4 in the back with the sliding doors, and then it's got the freaking that trigger that it makes the wings pop out and then fire all the missiles. And then there's your jam right there.
Yeah. I love it.
And it winds
sure.
up from the turboprop. This vehicle is fantastic. Like this is the way toys should be.
Yeah.
Like toyetic, fun, playability, working stuff.
Never had that.
Yeah, I mean, I had the hand-me-downs of Real American Hero stuff, but Spy Troops, Valor vs. Venom, that was where I grew to love Joe. I mean, the fun toys.
I got that Cobra playset, the one where like the walls collapse and the
mountain.
gunner's turret falls down
Yeah.
and it's got the jail cell. I just opened that. I got it sealed in a box. I put it together. It's up on the shelf next to my custom missile command headquarters. I love it. It's fantastic. Anyway, thank you for sending me that picture. And then when we're done, I'm going to go dig through Kavanaugh's books, the Rankin files, and I'm going to find that other one because it's the same freaking name. Surprised no one says Buzz Lightyear. I mean, Wetsuit version 1. He's not great.
I did say that.
Is that Wetsuit version 1 or is that Deep 6?
That's
Deep
I would
Six,
say
yeah.
Deep 6 is kind of Buzz Lightyear, that freaking 2 POA loser. Anyway. Steve's glad that I like my toys. Yep, I am. Mo says, I'm in Oregon house right now and not Arizona, so it's Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, I'm in Mountain Standard Time, so I was already ahead of you when I read it. Chad, you're the David Letterman of Late Night Joes.
Hey.
You know, it's funny.
Got a pencil?
Oh.
All right. Yeah. I got him. I was going to start doing that gig, but I spend all night trying to keep up with the chat. But I like it. I like just reading chats and talking to people. How well do you think Super 7 O-ring line will do? Will the price point be a deciding factor? I think price is kind of an irrelative thing at this point because they're just kind of set. Like $20. Guarantee it's going to be $20.
If you're already paying $20 for 5 POA, you're gonna pay whatever they say to pay. I mean,
Well, the thing about reaction, like we've talked about numerous times before, is reaction's just reaction. It's like Funko. It's its own aesthetic, its own points of articulation. The only real draw to anything reaction is the numerous IPs that they bring into that umbrella and the card art. Once you take a 5 POA reaction Joe off the card, it's only good for chopping up and using for customs. That's it. Unless you want a 5 POA Joe. And it's not even like an Action Force 5 POA.
no,
They
it's
don't
straight.
even have good poses. They just suck. But they're supposed to be blocky and stupid. I think the Super 7 O-ring line is going to do better for Joe than Reaction has for Joe.
Sure.
I think they'll move. And yeah, I think they're going to be $20. That's anybody else?
25.
Yeah, I'm thinking 25 to 30. I think they could milk that out of
Yeah.
it.
They're gonna
I
try.
hope so.
They're gonna try.
I hope so.
I hope they put that price point right around $25 because we will beat their ass all over the place.
Yep. That's true. That is true. Yep.
I'm kidding. I'm kind of excited to see what they do.
Yeah, no, I know you're kidding. HGC says
Hey,
Coastal Defender box thing because it's a Coastal Defender.
yeah.
Is that your least favorite?
No, I think that was his favorite.
That's his favorite for sure.
Really?
Definitely.
The tactical trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was second.
Crystal
on the-
Ball and
Coastal
Coastal Bob.
Defender.
Makes sense. CBCB.
Chad just used some 100-mile-an-hour tape and he might stay on the mic.
Oh.
He might.
Little dab
You
of
know what
hot
it is?
glue.
It's like I touch my mouse because I'm moving it around and all the little vibrations just kind of knock them off. No love for the Road Toad? No. I'd rather have a Swamp Masher than the Road Toad.
I'll take a pogo over that shit.
All I'm saying is that the Star Brigade Invader made the Pogo cool. All I'm gonna say. Because then it becomes like a LEM, like a lunar excursion
could
module.
say it.
It works for
Doesn't mean
zero
it's
gravity.
true, but you can say it.
You know, it's funny on the Road Toad. I never minded it because I really liked the bridge layer. I wish it would have been green. But
Yeah.
I kind of dug it when they did engineering vehicles, you know, because we didn't have a lot of them.
That's fair.
So,
and
you know,
yeah,
Nice.
the
And it
bridge
did have
layer is
play value because you can connect it to the vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like things.
I mean, I'm a guy that painted all my Tonka trucks green to play with them with GI Joe, so I could have.
Hell yeah.
BBs.
not
The
gonna
funny
lie.
thing is,
Coastal
it's called the
Defender.
toss and
I,
cross.
it's not the
It's called the
worst.
toss and cross, but nobody calls
Yeah.
it that.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like Skidmark.
Yes.
It just does not. That is not a cool name.
The toss and cross with new driver Skidmark.
Exactly.
And then Gas says, because it can be a swamp skimmer as well as an aircraft. Well, according to the Sunboast, no, we're not. We're not even doing that. Yep. There's your warning, Will.
Yes. Yes. Always add the ink. Just make
Always
sure you
add the
put
ink.
Toys ink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stinky Catbutt says, Chad, the toxicity in the comments of USS Flag not being a vehicle shows your punk rock attitude.
Word.
Chad, you're so punk rock.
I can't, no, we can't say that because somebody else already has the whole punk rocker toy thing cornered. Can't do that. Even though-
Articulated punk rock toy channel. That's my new.
Man, I've been into punk rock forever. Forever. My very first show was Circle Jerks in 7 seconds. Very first show ever. Pretty cool. HGC, I took a chance with the F-15 comment and Chad did not disappoint. That's what I like to hear. Ooh, here's a good one. The Hammerhead. What do you guys think about
fun
that
vehicle.
vehicle?
Yeah, solid.
Toyetic.
100%. The
Yep.
fact that it has that weird, like, little command bubble on the top, and when you pull it up, every missile, they just splay out perfectly every time. they put a lot of engineering into that to get them to blossom in the right fashion.
It's
The only
bizarre,
problem
but
with the
it's cool.
hammerhead, and I'm pointing because you can kind of see it poking out right there.
Yep.
Every time you pick that vehicle up to try to show it on stream, shit just starts falling off because you know how the subs just kind of notch into the sides.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, look at my hammerhead.
It's like trying to pick up a Lincoln log cabin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do not want to. I learned that the hard way. It's like, oh yeah, we were on a neon at night, and I was like, yeah, look at this. And as I was spinning it, it was like,
I remember that.
it's just falling. Dude, I lost 2 of those missiles, and I had to like go searching. I will never pick that up.
One of the cats will find him. I mean, you don't got to work.
KB Jodographs, our good friend Keith Bradshaw says, Happy New Year, everyone listening in while working on my next photo. Cheers. Thanks for being here, Keith.
Happy
It's good
New
to see
Year.
you, man. I love Keith's toy photography. And Photo Viper, what is the worst toy in your collection? And I like the way that he phrases this, right? In your collection, not like what's the worst toy.
No, one that's the worst, but you did buy it.
You guys talk. The ma'am's calling me, so it might be important.
The worst? Oh. I don't know.
Hard.
Yeah. I'm going to look over here.
It's in my junk file.
Where is it? I picked up some stinkers recently. Where? Oh, this thing. This is the worst toy. This was the Guardians of the Galaxy spaceship. This thing was horrible.
God.
And it's like hollow. See, there's like nothing in there. Like they didn't mold anything for the
That's not even half-assed. That's like 10%.
yeah, and it was like $30, but it was the only way to get the
God.
Rocket Raccoon, little 3 3/4 inch figure. So I bought it, and then it went on clearance for like $12.
It's definitely 2.5-inch scale at best.
Yeah,
Because
and
that thing was
Lord.
massive in the movie.
it was
Ooh,
massive in the
waiting
movie.
for it.
Yeah, and when the box came in, and I saw the box was only like, I was like, oh shit. So it's probably the worst, my worst toy of 2023.
That is rough.
The Rocket Raccoon's not a bad figure, but I did not need this tacked on to get it. But yeah, it's a pretty bad toy. It's kind of useless.
Mine is probably this Radio Shack
No,
RoboCop knockoff.
that is freaking awesome.
I love this
There's nothing-
cheesy chick.
There is
Like,
nothing
I can't
wrong
help
with that.
like it's
Yeah.
awful, but it's so cool.
There is nothing wrong with
And it's
that.
the
That
kind of
is-
stuff your grandma got you for Christmas. Like,
Yes.
you said you liked RoboCop. Like, oh my god!
But you said that Paul Verhoeven movie was awesome and you liked that character.
I
So
love
got
that
this
movie.
one.
But holy shit, that's a terrible toy. Radio Shack really knocked it out of the park.
I apologize for bouncing out for a second, but it's New Year's Eve, and because of the nature of what my wife does, she
Bet.
never calls me from duty. And when she did, I was like, oh, I gotta take that. So
Absolutely.
we're good, everything's cool, but she was just saying hi. The worst thing in my I would honestly have to say, without putting like an hour's worth of thought into it, the worst thing in my collection.
is that
is-
built to rule stuff behind
What
you.
the fuck? No.
Oh, oh,
It-
shots
hey,
fired.
It's
Yeah.
probably a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like drinking cup that someone sent me.
I got the built to rule right here. I love them.
I still have love for the BTR stuff.
Yeah.
man. I loved the concept of that.
It
I'm gonna
combined two
build
of
that
my
as soon as I. What the hell is that, man?
I think it's from Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Gosling
Oh
film.
yeah,
Oh.
2049.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
where I
right.
got this from. It just showed up in my junk bin.
It's just bad. Yeah. Is it?
I honestly don't know what the worst thing in this room is.
I had to look around a little bit to find that RoboCop.
You
I
know
knew it
what?
was in here somewhere.
In this room, so I have a couple of wacky things that were like intentional gifts. So I've shown this before, and it's the Crimson Siamese twins, which is kind of fun.
yeah.
There's
But-
nothing wrong with that.
Updated modern Crimson Siamese twins, kind of fun, right?
grotesque.
Those, but they're fun. I would have to say probably the worst thing in this room. This bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty
You know,
bad.
like why? I don't know why. So,
I
probably
heard
that.
you like GI Joe, so I got you this gift. Is that where you
I
got
heard you like RoboCop. Here, you can have.
We found this down at the grocery store. And we thought
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
Thanks.
You know, if he was still here, and he might be, so I'm going to do it anyway, just to see if he pops off. You want to know what the worst thing in my collection is? This fucking guy. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. But yeah, he was classing up the shelf where that bobblehead freaking gung ho is. I think bobblehead gung ho is probably gonna go in a donation box or something. What was the deal with the Joes from 2005?
Yeah,
The Sigma
they
6
didn't know
ones,
what
or-
they were. No, those were like they were like O-ring on the bottom, but like the proto modern on the top, and they had
Yeah,
where
they
like
kinda
swap the
fall off.
shoulders and
They
stuff.
quit
They
using
Weird
had
it.
really
anatomy.
wide shoulders. They were really
Yeah.
Yeah, they quit using the
Anatomically,
standard
they
buck
look
and
like shit. Yeah.
every
Their heads were
sculptor did it
tiny.
differently.
Yeah, they were just really.
Well, it's like that Spy Troops Cobra playset comes with that shipwreck and Cobra Commander disguise. But when you put all the disguise stuff on him, like he's this massive, bulky thing, and you're like,
Oh,
yeah, you look
Listen,
like Cobra Commander.
Jack,
It looks
just
like
so-
nothing like any Cobra Commander they ever made.
Yeah.
just so you know, Tony from Analog Toys did see your comment. And,
Did he?
Yeah, and he just wrote, "Wow!" So you pissed him off. So
No, look, I didn't piss him off. He knows I'm kidding. Tony, I love you.
wait
You know
20
I do.
minutes, you know, he's gonna get really mad. I
Hey.
love him. I got him right here. Yeah.
I have several Desert Rats carded in 118 and 112 scale.
I got mine right here. Keep
Yeah,
going.
he's with my Action Force stuff.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh yeah, I have a loose one hanging out over there with my AF3 Jeep, and I frickin' love him. And Tony knows I'm kidding. Ted says Grindhead Jim is doing a live after this. That is true. Hope to see everyone there. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah, that should be fun.
if you have a 3D printer, there's free 118 scale BSG
Battlestar-
Vipers.
There
Battlestar
are.
Galactica. Yep.
that and Buck Rogers ship
Oh yeah.
and Ralph McQuarrie. was
Aesthetically,
bomb.
I miss all that stuff. The Colonial Viper, the Buck Rogers Starfighter, like those were just great designs. And like in Buck Rogers, when they would like come out of that launch tube, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That stuff was awesome.
So much of the ship designs, that we love from that era were either Ron Cobb that did Star Wars stuff or Ralph McQuarrie.
Yeah,
those-
yeah.
those two
And
guys
we
owned
used a
the
lot of McQuarrie stuff like Space 1999 and things like
stuff
that.
from Alien. I
Yep.
mean,
I love this username. This is right after my own heart. Diehard
Yeah.
3.75 says, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New
thank
Year,
you so
man.
much.
He's
Happy
such
New
an
Year.
awesome guy. He does weekly, 3 3/4 inch hauls, and yeah, just an awesome guy.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
check
have to
him out
get in
on
on that.
Instagram. I think he's mostly on Instagram. He has a YouTube too. So yeah, just look that up. Diehard 3.75. Awesome guy.
Classified Starduster. That's going to be a huge cereal box. Oh, here you go. White Vegeta says Capcom used to own the name Steel Battalion. It's a video game.
Yes, that's the one. It came with like an entire mech
Oh.
console with like 100 buttons and levers and everything. And you would set it up, set your TV up, and play it on the Xbox. It was a giant command console controller.
That's
It was
freaking rad.
huge. It was
There you
like,
go.
yeah,
So anyway,
100
John,
bucks.
that coincides with what you were saying.
well, the thing is, if they at any time thought they were going to do action figures and sectioned off 0.28 in what they're going to do as action figures, but that, if you don't do any production or anything for 10 years, that all becomes pretty shifty. So
Yeah.
Sorry, the mam's giving me a New Year's Eve crazy update.
Oh,
Yojo Jerk, what's up? Thank you for being here and says, have a happy New Year's,
happy
everyone.
New
You as
Happy
well.
New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Yeah, and see, James Lucas still loves me, even though I hate Chuckles.
Hit me up, we'll talk.
That's so funny. Oh,
Oh man, yeah. I think I think we might have to have a discussion about that. If he keeps doing that voice, I'm gonna vote to have him impeached.
Don't be hating. Don't be hating.
You need
Yeah,
to,
we're not.
Chad, you
we're
need
not-
to do a show where he's just a call in
Yeah.
and asking him what he thinks about things.
and then
I'll
just
do one of
make
those
your
ones where we
little
don't have the
picture-
camera. And just
Make
do
your
the
little
icon- just
picture of
make
the
an icon.
Donald. I'm down. We'll talk about that. Yeah. And then Troll Painting Mini says, "Dude, the spinning blades on that chopper are the best for throwing cobras into."
Yes, yes.
Right?
They're very thick.
You're catching up, Chad.
That's what we do. That's what we do around here, right? And then Cutthroat says, "Mikey makes me laugh so hard when he does that voice."
It really does, man. It kills me.
This one's for you, Cutthroat Comics. I think you're the greatest.
And then Jay Wood says, "On the next, it's Chad, stupid animal tricks."
The talk show host.
David Letterman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go get one of my cats, and they'll just like,
Sounds like wild stuff.
man, I'm gonna get a dog. I'm gonna get a service dog.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Mr. Madigan says, "New show, Chat on Chats." No. Maybe. No. And then Suka says, "Coastal Defender, you mean the outhouse with guns?"
That's right.
Mhm. I like Aaron because Aaron likes the pogo.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of the pogo for like some kind of a land warfare vehicle. It's dumb. But like as the invader in space, totally makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, it makes way more sense as the
It's a good
Yeah.
reuse.
Yep.
Yeah. Patrick Strauko says people will pay whatever for the Super 7 O-rings, but won't stop people from complaining. Mikey nailed it. Extra tooling, extra dollars.
I feel that.
I do have one G.I. Joe Extreme figure. I can't locate him. I don't know where he went, but he's around.
I have a few of those.
They're extreme.
They are.
They
so
really are.
But the only reason I have the figure is because he came with that rad, like plunger launching turret. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to G up that turret, maybe change the colors of it, put like some battle damage on it. Again, it's in my pile of stuff I never got to in 2003.
That's the retirement pile.
It won't matter, dude.
I,
I'm already coded as standard excess. My replacement has already come in. We're already doing our left seat, right seat, and I'm still bombed all the time. But then again, I sleep till noon and then I drink coffee for about 3 hours. So
it's a hard knock life.
look, I paid my dues, man.
Yeah, you did. Yours and all of ours.
What's your most disappointing toy that did not meet your expectations as advertised? That's a damn good question.
This thing.
What the shit is that?
This is from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This is supposed to be the ship that they all fly in. The whole crew in the movie are in this area.
I didn't even watch that third one. I
Oh,
just
okay.
heard it was like
It wasn't the
animal
worst
abuse.
movie ever. Yeah, it was weird, but
look, Guardians of the
ship
Galaxy,
sucks.
they're not good. They're not good. They were just okay in a sea of not okay. Anyway, so I got to address this real quick. Analog Toys, Tony, dude, I'm just kidding, right? I mean, we're
In 20 minutes, you will see that he knows you were kidding.
no, see, he knows. Tony and I we're always good.
Yeah.
I'm really, I understand why, but I'm bummed that Tony's not coming next year. That would have been a lot of fun to see him again.
But 2025 is going to be awesome because
Where?
I don't know, PowerCon.
PowerCon, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bugged that there's no PowerCon 24 because I had everything in place to go to PowerCon this year, and I got Rob McCallum and Tater, the guys who were filming Planet Cool Stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, man, come with us, and we'll all hang out, and we'll do some interviews, and you can hang out with us." And I got Johnny and Newt from Simple Tricks and Nonsense, and I got Ryan and everybody, Ninja and Bobby, like, yeah. And then I go to the Army, and I'm like, "So hey, I know we had that little mishap with Joe Fest, but I would really like to put in this DA-31 to go on leave so I can go to PowerCon." They're like, "You're retiring. You have to take terminal leave." You're not going on leave now. And I was like, that's cool. I'll go next year. And then we found out like not long after, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, I had to get to it, and it was stuck on loop. Yeah, it'll happen. Oh, look at this. Eric, what's up, buddy? Says Happy New Year from Brazil. Thank you for
Brazil.
being here, dude. Good to see you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Mikey.
That's the
yes.
name. That's the name of the show. That's gonna be it.
That's what it's gonna be, right?
Make toys great again. It's gonna be a huge hit. We'll have call-ins. We'll take questions. Not too many, but a couple.
Can you do that voice for like an hour or two?
Once I get into it for an extended period of time, it's kind of hard to snap out of.
Okay. So if we
I'll
did
just be
a live
walking
stream
around
called
my
Make
apartment
Toys
doing it
Great
to
Again,
myself.
if I built
Looks
a
like
live
I'm out of
stream,
Fruity Pebbles. Gonna have to add it to the grocery list.
I'm gonna build a live stream called that, and I'm gonna put Papa Trump's freaking picture on it. You're gonna be there, yeah?
You bet.
Make toys great again.
That's what I love. I want you to send a personal message to my wife, and I can watch her blow a gasket. She would never call him president, just 45.
Oh,
It's a superior caliber. I'll take it.
Man, I just missed the way he said China.
Yeah.
Do it.
Nika
Where we get those
Tronis
toys
says
made.
classified
All the production is currently located in China.
China. Anyway, Nico Tronis says classified Coastal Defender will come with Hasbro approved glory holes.
oh, jeez.
You got to get a couple of milk crates because it's kind of up high.
I hope it comes with those too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
use the sandbags.
Yeah, either way, inside out or outside in, you'd still need some milk crates, right? A little step stool.
Mm.
Definitely.
Look at Embargo. He's like, oh my God, are they talking about glory holes?
No, my wife was texting me. So
Suka said, need to find the
Because she heard
video.
us talking about glory holes.
she said, "What are you doing? What stream are you on?"
Anywho, Suka
They
says,
are an equal opportunity offender.
I need to find the video of Brian Flynn saying extra articulation doesn't cost more. He was throwing shade at Hasbro. So I can throw that quote back in his face when the O-rings are $30.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun to watch. Them sit on the pegs at Target.
You know,
Extra articulation
disappear
does
when they
cost
go.
more.
I don't give a shit about Super 7. I don't give a shit about Brian Flynn. I don't give a shit about Silverhawks or Primer Hawks or Thunder Tank or fucking Cobra Mothership or any of that shit. I wanted to get Flynn on this channel because I have a laundry list of questions in my Brain Housing Group Rolodex that I wanted to ask him on live TV, and I got crickets and tumbleweeds.
Oh,
That's the response that I got.
That would have
And
been
then,
really cool if you could have got him to be a co-host for a car rant, so it would have just kind of merged together.
No. Anyway, but a couple of guys I know on a channel that begins with a number, who I'm friends with, were telling me that, well, that's because I don't, so whatever, that's fine. So no response from Super 7. Fresh Monkey Fiction told me to pound sand. I'm living the dream. Living the dream. I don't know what I'm going to do for 2024.
You kind of had representation. I mean, you've had Matt on. You've had part of the team.
Oh yeah, because he was like paint master and stuff for them. Yeah. And Matt will come on all the time. I almost invited Matt tonight, but I know he was busy.
He's still recuperating. He had to fly around the entire world and deliver toys to all the good boys and girls.
He did.
Yeah.
mighty.
Yeah. And then apparently Skyfall says that our Make Toys Great Again is going to be tremendous.
Tremendous,
It's going to be huge.
Huge.
huge success.
Man, I'm going to milk that shit, right? My background's going to be like a furling American flag, and we're just going to
Can the intro be that video of the eagle walking across the ground where they've added guns and stuff? And
I
just
will
like
use that as the intro with my music. How about that?
yes.
Okay. The only
That
thing
should be like a $5 super chat option.
That's a behind the stage thing.
Like
You gotta
every
pay
time
for
somebody
it.
gives you $5, you have to play that.
or just the one where he like throws the beer can and salutes the flag. Look at this. James Lucas says Argos glory hole thing. Oh, I love this thing. Shit's fired.
Howdy.
Ew, this
Where's
guy?
Skidmark? Oh, he's-
Who's firing shits? Nobody.
wow, you are really caught up. Wow.
Yeah. Brian Flynn was too busy going to meetings for the Lollipop Guild. Please tell me this is like Bobby Vala's troll account because he
Troll
fucking loves to
painting
rip on he loves to rip on him for being little. Star-Lord 15. Why did Fresh Monkey Fictions say no? They said they were too busy. That's what they said. They didn't say no. They just said we're too busy to do interviews. Which I've been told before, so I didn't take it as like a personal thing because I love Fresh Monkey Fiction. I talk about them all the time. I show their figures all the time. It's not like I shit on them, but yeah, and they're awesome dudes. It's cool. I get it. Whatever. It's not personal.
Oh, you're all caught up. Look at that.
I am. See, I get there. It only took 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Hey. Proud of you.
Super
Yeah.
proud.
Are you? I'm going to text my wife and say, Mikey said he's proud of me.
I'm tearing up
Um,
inside about it.
Fresh Monkey's one guy. I mean, yeah, but no. You know what I mean?
Is it though?
Yeah, no. Impossible Pie. Chad, do you have any plans to do a video on that Thunderbolt toy that came out recently?
The one from TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Jen?
Impossible Pie. I was saying that Suka sent me a kit that he made where it's extended landing gear so that the vehicle has the proper height off of the roadway surface, and where that open supposed gunner's turret is, he built a little in-air refueling thing. But yes, I'm going to make a video on that. It'll just happen when it happens, but yeah, I'll get there. Kyoto Films, what's up? Happy New Year, says Flynn. Was also on video saying he hated the extra articulation on old O-ring Joes because it became too loose and floppy.
That's the only kid in history that ever had that complaint. This is too much articulation.
Well, but remember when they first started showing the Mothership crowdfund and everybody was arguing, do they have swivel arm battle
Yeah.
grip? And it's like, look at the pictures of the figures in the diorama. They're holding the weapons with the swivel arm. Like, yes, they have swivel arm battle grip.
Yeah.
It was in the freaking pictures, but I mean, whatever. I don't.
When I was a kid, I used to settle for the G.I. Joe with the O-ring, but I would crazy glue their arms straight. So I didn't have to be bothered with all that articulation.
Yeah, I
you know?
replaced that crap with popsicle sticks.
All of them. Yep. 4 pirate limbs coming at you. Here's the thing, Kyoto Films. I would have asked Brian Flynn about that if I would have got Brian Flynn to agree to come on and talk to me about it. But, I'm not Pixel Dan. So, I mean, there is only one guy to give the interview. Yeah, no, that's true. But, like Mikey said, I got Matt LaCroix on numerous times. So, he's their freaking paint master, is he not? Mikey? Wait, what?
What?
Huh? Stinky Cat Butt. Super 7 figures are always best left in the box. Best articulation you'll ever see. I use the accessories for my pet rocks. JLS says, I had a Super 7 figure, made a playlist out of my trash can for a couple days until the trash guys took it away. Ouch. Anywho, Mr. Vargo.
Yep.
What are some things that you're looking forward to doing on your channel, changing up for your channel? What's some stuff that you're looking at, like improving on your fighting position for 2024?
Well, I'm hoping to get a couple things done in the next few weeks before I basically disappear for 3 months during tax season when nobody sees me.
Oh,
When I have to work like
man.
90 hours a week. But
You do accounting?
Yep.
Gross.
Oh,
I mean, yay.
Gross.
My
Yeah,
my
no,
mother
just-
was a tax attorney for a long time, so I get you. I would see her like 1
Just
hour
because
in the
she-
evening, and that was it. So
Yep. So
I
I'm
feel
trying to get a couple things done before I'm going to be basically in the office all the time. But
yeah.
um,
Sorry, man. It's the season. I just hate that you have to do adult stuff. That's terrible.
anything else? I mean, aside from tax season looming, are you looking at? No.
I'm just trying to just get some more stuff out there. I feel like some of the stuff
Yeah.
that I've been putting out there has been getting some
Yeah.
decent traction lately.
Yeah.
So
Very
Absolutely.
good stuff. Yeah.
just kind of improving my setup that I'm actually shooting on and stuff. So
I know you just put it in a comment once, but you said you were going to do a video on the GI Joe the Dark Years, some of the
Yes.
gems that were hidden within there, and I would love to see that video. So
Yes,
Yeah,
that
we
is
discussed
really
that
away.
last time you were on.
yep, that is on the list of things I need to do at some point.
yeah,
When that gets done, that might be a whole other story. But
sure.
Will,
Me? What was the question?
what do you got coming up as far as like
Regret. Yeah,
regret?
of all the things that I won't do. No, I'm really looking forward to 2024 is going to be the year of the independent toy line. The O-ring renaissance is in full swing. You know, I'm going to show them again because Impossible Pie asked. But yes, I do have the Delta 17 figures. And getting figures in hand, because I've been supporting these Kickstarters for 2 years now. Finally getting them in hand has renewed my appreciation for O-Ring Joes, which is my favorite toy line or style. I know it's not everyone's, but I'm looking forward to spending my dollars on these independent companies this year, and not so much on the big two. I'm not relying on them because the people out there are doing the best work.
Thank you.
He's talking about you, John.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Call Sign
Absolutely.
Longo was the first one I backed. That was when I saw that Joe Fest 2021.
Yep.
And that tower and that other
Yeah.
IP, I was all in, man.
One of my favorite things about this entire thing for 2024 is between Troy and I, we have had some kind of involvement in almost every one of those projects.
Yep.
And that's what I love too, is like they're all like working together and they're all gonna fit together. Like already, Ken from Toy Connections, he was sending me pictures of the ski mask, he's like, you're gonna need a couple of these for your for your diorama. I'm working on like a big diorama for Delta 17, all the new O-ring stuff. And I was like, already have them ordered. So
Yeah.
I'm on it.
I just talked to Ken this morning. So
Yeah, he's terrific.
Mr. Vargo, you have a question from our favorite Air Force officer ever.
well,
Can I take the value off my purchase of a HasLab after it's produced at twice the cost?
I mean, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you wouldn't get audited.
Yeah, you can technically do what you want, whether or
You
not
can
the
do-
consequences.
You can do anything.
Is the IRS going to audit you for one freaking line item thing for like $600? Probably.
HasLab item deduction. You might get what someone said. What the hell's a HasLab
They're
item?
not even
deduction?"
going to see that shit. Look, one of these days, especially when all these freaking all these guys from my hood come back into a chat, I'm going to tell you guys a story about my father that you will never believe in your life until you Google my father's name. and then I'm not talking shit, right? My father in Brooklyn, he ran a U-Haul business. You know what I'm talking about, right? Trucks come in, trucks go out. He was a manager of a U-Haul rental place. You can write off all sorts of shit and get away with it for a long time. So, yeah, I watched my father do that shit for decades.
This live
Running a
stream does not.
U-Haul business.
This live stream does not consult legal tax advice. I cannot be held liable for any advice given on this stream.
Did you just pull that up on your phone?
It's my email sig. It's on all my emails that I send out at work.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, where's my disclaimer? Hold on. Okay, so Suka's talking about SK Omega right here. Anyone remember SK Omega? Would be nice if we got those redone.
Don't give up on it.
Yeah?
Never know what's in the pipeline. Who's talking to who?
It's true. Yeah.
There was a big history there, and I think that's all kind of calmed down, and there's still word about, it's not dead.
Especially now, like now's the time where a lot of that stuff just like picks up steam and it rolls. Like what you guys did, what Recall did, on and on and on. And let's be honest, sometimes projects fail and then they come back better. Like Legends of the Hidden Force failed the first time they tried to fund.
Sure.
Vargo, Action Force, right?
Yep.
Action
Action
Force
Force.
failed its first time. But look at Action Force now.
Yep.
I mean, it's the same thing with Operation Recall. Like when Carson started that, it was like, oh, well, we're going to do like one run of figures. And now he's talking about how many waves in the future.
Yeah.
Because just all the different designs they have. And I'm sure it's the same with you guys down there. You have like more character designs, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
See? Yeah, totally.
But a lot of these things, and SK Omega is one of those things, like it really is about funding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delta 17, they've had such a quick delivery time because they had everything developed and in the pipeline before they kickstarted.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that. We didn't have enough capital to do that. We had to have the Kickstarter.
Mhm.
So then you can't even start that 12 to 18 month cycle until after you have the money and after you start paying people to do the work. But if it's already done,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That helicopter, just like what Suka was saying, Jesse. Yeah, that helicopter design.
it was badass.
And it was the same thing with even looking at Marauder Gun Runners, right? They're established. They've been doing this stuff for a while. And when that Nom Kickstarter hit, yes, it was very lofty in the amount of tooling and all new designs and this, that. But like we had been talking about before, when those production stoppages hit, like they kind of hit everybody. And just like a month ago, like I put up that meme of Willem Dafoe getting smoked from Platoon, and it says me after reading the last Marauder Nom Kickstarter message. Like, still waiting. It's like, and I know we're gonna wait, and that's okay, but it can still have fun with it too, and be like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of waiting, but it's not like I want to, go find John and like, it just is what it is.
Well, I have to tell you guys on that, those of us that backed the Kickstarter were the reason that project became so big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we wanted more and we wanted more.
So much of that shit. But that being said, every buck that I looked at from that project, I'm like, I can make customs out of that buck for 5 years. And then the next one comes out, the freaking bare-chested guy with the flak vest, and I'm like, oh man, that's like 20 customs just like that.
And that's what he has to think every time he does something. How many runs of colors and how many runs can I do here to get value out of these molds? So everything he does is meticulously planned. And even during the Kickstarter, there were things that he changed about the designs when actual people that were in those units said, hey, we never would have done that. It should be on this arm.
Oh.
They went back and changed the art and updated it.
That Delta operator for sure. That one went through some revisions.
It did.
And like even the smaller run stuff, like the visored faces and the android arms, like the not battle android trooper parts, you could see like one run and here comes another, and here comes another, and we're coming at it again because that stuff just sells out like mad. But I totally get it.
So if you think about that, Chad, and you think about using that same factory, that means that stuff was in the pipeline,
Yeah.
before the Kickstarter,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
because it has places in the line where the factory has had time to make that stuff while they're making the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get it. Sorry.
But you know, John
I got
always
up at noon
delivers.
and I'm still yawning. I'm sorry. Stinky Catbutt says, Chad, are you going to do anything exciting for reaching 3,000 subs?
Well, first of all, congratulations, Chad. It's
I didn't
amazing.
hit 3,000 subs.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Better not have unless I jump.
Maybe he's
100
talking
subs
about the
today.
OnlyFans account.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
2.9.
Mikey, we don't talk about that account, do we?
No.
You're not telling
What
anybody about-
account?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Hmm.
Don't tell anybody about that other thing that we do on the side.
Chad, it says 2.9K. It's got
Yeah.
to be close, right?
Not a 2.9. No, I mean it's creeping, but I don't. Again,
Yeah.
I just do this for fun, right?
I
It's
know,
not
but it's still a milestone, and you should still celebrate.
Sure.
Congratulations
when
when it happens. Which it will.
I don't know, Stinky Catbutt. What do you think? What do you think I should do? Since it technically a Q&A episode, Stinky Catbutt, what do you think I should do for hitting 3,000 subs? You tell me, and I'll do it. Chad's streaming on there too, waiting for his ball to drop.
Ew.
Jesse, you got to come hang out with me on a live stream again, man. I think that that would
Yeah,
be
that was
awesome. Because I loved having Jesse on. And dude, you said yourself that you need to get back into the swing of streaming. And I think you need to come stream with me again, Jesse, because we had fun. Tim Taserface realized I never subscribed, just did. Well, thank you very much, Tim Taser. And I really
And
like
boom,
that Garrison
3,000.
Calgary picture you got there. That's rad.
Still 2.9. Do a face reveal.
A what?
Oh, show us what's
So
behind.
like V? I should like show you my lizard face.
I think we should get a live representation of your old Facebook photo.
Mad Dog Chad days, or
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Did you do like a muscle pose?
Your old profile picture, bud.
MDC.
Are you talking like way back?
I'm talking about back when you were in my DMs, dude.
I'm still in your DMs, baby.
All right.
Don't ever think that I'm not.
That is sexy AF.
Uh-huh. Chad's first army photo. You know what? I have a picture in my Dropbox of me and my old. It was like half of my platoon. It was like my squad plus sitting on the seawall in Mogadishu. Like in the fucking OG, like DBDUs before the DCUs, the chocolate chips, just chilling on the seawall in Mogadishu. And this face, little baby face, man. I was 19 years old.
Wow.
But I still have that photo. I got a bunch of army photos, but nothing like tactical, like high speed stuff, because when you're putting in work, you're not like, oh, hey man, smile. You know, you don't do that when you're like out on like no shit patrols. I have a couple pictures from patrols, but like nothing
Shit hits
crazy.
the fan, and Chad just like, get this on camera, dude.
No, a buddy got a picture of me coming out of like the door of like this mud hut. And then there's another picture of me like in the middle of like nowhere, Afghanistan, and RC East, like sticking out of the top of a turret of a truck. And, you know, there's a couple of photos like that, but nothing like super cool. You know, I never did that like hard in the barracks shit, you know, where people are like, oh, take a picture of me. Like I'm looking rad, and never did anything like that.
Bare chested with ammo draped across you. Single.
Are you
arm in the
talking
pig.
about the picture of me shirtless with my back tattoo? Is that what you're talking about? I still have that picture,
We
but
we
it's
just want
like
to see it
black
live.
and white and it's real small.
Yeah, just do
But
a
hey.
recreation of it.
Ripped as fuck though, right?
I honestly don't know.
Don't bullshit, man. If
That
you know
picture
what
was
the
way
picture
too
looks
blurry
like,
for
I was
detail.
ripped as fuck. Yeah.
The picture was too blurry for detail. I was like, who is this tool bag?
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, guys. Well, I got to take off. Thanks for having me. I hope everyone has a great New Year's. So,
Hey man, have
Happy
a
New Year,
Happy
Michael.
New Year.
Happy New
Yep.
Year.
see ya. Thanks,
Mr. Vargo, have a good night. Tell your wife I said hi and thank you for letting us keep you for the night, and tell her you need to come to Dallas.
Will do.
I'll talk to you
Bye,
next
everybody.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Later, bro. James Lucas says you should definitely get Matt on for a Strike Force Alpha chat.
Yeah, that would be great. He's been very busy though, right? They were like, weren't they shipping the stuff out, so they were too busy to promote, or like?
He's never too busy.
Okay.
Mikey, what do you think?
Man,
I bet you we could get Matt on.
Oh, Matt'd squeeze us in.
All right, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll definitely do it. I'm hyped for more mutants and such in
Yeah.
Strike Force Alpha. I'm buying several infiltrators and using those alien parts on other figures. I think Strike Force Alpha is definitely what I'm most excited for.
Very
Fun
cool.
fact: designer of said figure.
Oh, that's an awesome
That
figure.
guy
Can strip.
right there. Yeah, absolutely.
Great job. Yeah.
Is this
I
what
love
we're
it.
doing?
it was
for
I just did
3,000?
sketches and Jason asked if he could use them. He and I had been part of another project, and those sketches were part of that project. That project fell apart. Jason and I talked all the time, and it was just kind of he's like, could I use those designs? And I said, yeah, if you're going to make a figure of them, you use them.
Hell yeah.
So I modeled some of the space guns, the stands, a few things for them.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, between Troy and I, we're involved in a lot of these projects, and I am super pumped about those Strike Force.
Well, to my favorite father and son toy duo, what are you guys looking forward to for next year?
We're gonna start a podcast.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
Yes, Mikey, you were telling me that a while ago.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Been kind of a crazy year, but we're hoping this up 2024, hoping it dies down a little bit and lets us focus on some other passion projects.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we've talked about it for a while, and people always joke with us about our chemistry together and how we bounce off of each other. And we thought it would be a lot of fun to talk about things like you were talking about the Dark Ages for GI Joe. We want to do like a top 10 list of that.
We actually filmed one.
And we did.
Back
Oh,
in
cool.
I don't know, March or something.
Yeah, it
we
was
filmed
about
one
that
and
long
did a
ago when you
trial.
first told me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've
Mikey,
had-
your tutorial video is excellent. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
watching that. That
Thank
was
you.
great. And I know they take a long time to do, and
do.
especially when you're doing the work and filming it like
Right.
doubles or it.
Are you
But, yeah,
talking
that was
about
great. I'd
Falcon
love to
or are
see
you
more.
talking about Cadet
No.
Demic?
The cadet
the
one
Falcon.
that we did for you.
Both of them are good, but
Oh,
that
yeah.
Falcon one, man, that has got some views.
Yeah.
Kinda
I
look right.
was also pissed that I didn't go to assembly required, but same reason as
Mhm.
PowerCon. But next year, no excuses.
It was pretty funny, Chad. He got a lot of shit for that figure.
He got
from
what?
people. A lot of crap from people for that figure, just joking with him about how dare you make me look so bad or make me feel so inferior and all kinds of stuff. That Falcon was
From which people?
just other guys that we hang out with at AR.
Yeah.
Oh, not people who worked on that figure.
No.
Oh.
He,
Oh,
our
okay.
friends and people,
Gotcha.
they were just like, I hate you for what you did.
You know, that's one thing I never asked Corey when I had the Skeletron guys on and all my other conversations with Corey. I never once asked him, what was your involvement with Falcon? Other people told me who was involved with Falcon, so I didn't bother asking Corey about it. But I did post that meme of the kid on Christmas with all the Snake Eyes movies figures, and the
I
family
saw
was all
that.
like this. And,
Yeah.
and Corey put up a comment, and I was like, "Dude, you know I wasn't like talking shit about you, dude." And he's like, "No, I get it." And I was like, "Not trying to hurt any feels, but I get it.
Corey didn't give me any shit about it. He just said it was very well done.
Because it is. It's amazing.
I'm happy with it.
You don't win most technical at assembly required for no reason. I mean, you killed it with that. Actually, yeah. Here you go. Here's a question for you, gentlemen. Will that be on YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna have a channel. We're gonna do that. We've got some other
That's excellent.
different ideas to do.
Is it going to be
Thank you.
called Toy Kooks?
no, it's going to be called Couple of Kooks. That's where the name on our little
Yeah.
signature is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a couple of kooks.
Sweet.
Yep.
Love it. I was just cracking a joke, but I dig it no
Pretty
matter
close.
what.
Oh, that's
Pretty close.
we
And
went
then
over
apparently,
a few things and thought that would be a fun one to do.
yeah, a couple of kooks is rad. For my 3,000, I got to go find a goat. I was thinking about giving away a HasLab Sky Striker.
Or that. You can do
Nobody
that
will want
also.
Nobody will want it, but whatever.
Oh, I'd take another Night Force ripcord.
Yeah, on my 2,000 subs, I gave away all the figures from one of my Sky Strikers. Yeah.
Yeah.
One person won all 7 of them. I was like, here you go. Yeah. 1 Snake Eyes for every 19 figures. Yeah. And then yeah, James, as soon as they start their channel, of course I'll talk about it for sure.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Stuart Jardine says 3:30 a.m. time to hit the pit. Once again, Happy New Year, gentlemen. Happy New Year's very
Year.
much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Skunk Works. What's up, dude? Says
Yay.
Happy New Year and best wishes, guys. Happy New Year to you.
Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we've been going for 3 hours and 40
Yeah.
minutes, and that was a freaking fantastic New Year's. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me. I had a
Time
blast.
well spent.
Hey,
Thanks
man,
for
it was a
having
lot
us.
of fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Love it.
John, it's good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while, and I look forward to seeing you again in June.
Awesome. You
I'm
too.
really happy that you guys are going to start your channel. Hop to it. So
I know. I know. This last 6 months has just been a
oh yeah.
shitstorm.
Yeah.
So
It-
I think I finally kind of getting things back.
And just life since Joe Fest. Every time I refer to Joe Fest, now as of tomorrow, it will be last year at Joe Fest, but it seems like it was so long ago. But at the same time, I'm still thinking like, where the hell did September go? Like this year went really fast.
Yeah.
Kind of nuts. Steve Toy said, let me know. I would love to come and hang with you guys sometimes. Screw that, man. You owe me first. You got to come hang out here. We agreed. And you said, oh, after things calm down, blah, 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 blah. All right. So, John and Mikey, you cannot have Steve's Toys on until he comes on my channel first. That's
You
the
give us
rule.
the green light.
We'll wait.
Yeah. Stinky Kappa, best wishes to all. Stay safe. And you matter. You matter too, dude. Happy New Year's.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Yeah, gentlemen, I have to thank you
Yeah.
guys so much. I really appreciate all of you, and thank you for coming on to hang out with me tonight. It was a great time. I couldn't have asked for better people to hang out with tonight.
Yeah,
And
Chad, thank you
Great.
for coming on earlier and having me on tonight. Mikey
Yeah.
and John, thank you so much for hanging out. It's awesome meeting you guys. Well,
Always
too.
good to talk to you, Wilhelm.
Yeah.
I was freaking gaming with Jay. I had never played Fortnite before, and then that stupid whatever, the circle, like it just overtook me. I was shredding every other team as a freaking noob. And then that circle took me, and I was like, man, that thing moved fast. And I was trying to like get out of it. No, I died. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go stream with Will. And I just left.
Well, thank you for that, man. It's
Yeah,
been a
the
great
one
New
game
Year.
I played, and I was like, screw that circle. I'm leaving. But thanks for having me today, Will.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for just having an awesome New Year's Eve with me. And to everyone in the chat, Happy New Year's. I hope next year is whatever you guys all want it to be. Just remember realistic short-term, long-term goals, and take care of yourselves first. That's my Jerry Springer, right? Take care of yourselves and each other. And,
Something like that.
Mikey, I think the 45th president of the United States has to sign us out. And then we're going to do that show. We're doing that shit.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That'll be hilarious.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, Papa Trump, see us out. Everyone have an awesome New Year.
Thank you, everyone, for coming and participating in the chat. Chad's eternally grateful. Wilhelm's eternally grateful. From John and myself, Happy New Year. Next year, 2024, we're going to make toys great again. Okay, that is it. It's the bottom line. It's going to be a huge, huge success.
I love it.
Awesome.
Have an awesome New Year.